So, carrying on from last time,
Mm.
Bundle the Tabaxi Ranger, Dashkin the Barbarous Dragonborn, Mephisto Barding Warlock Feliana Tadrell, and Rania the Ghostwise Druid, along with their dwarven hireling Undolin McLear, were recovering from a strenuous beating at the hands of an overpowered kobold monk, apparently affiliated with Tiamat's Chosen, a malicious draconic-themed cult Dashkin had history with. The party made their way back to the Hamlet Heights colony, with a fast-fading to unconsciousness barbarian on their hands, where they promptly received medical attention for their draconic acquaintance. As they pondered how they should proceed, the foursome decided to take things easily over the next few days while hoping for a speedy recovery to their one and only Dashkin. The conscious adventurers took to snacking away their troubles, only to be interrupted by some startled children, crying out of a ferocious monster on the horizon. The Ramshackle Guild investigated to find a teenaged human by the name of Randall trapped inside of a Minotaur mascot costume. The dynamic crew were bewildered and troubled by the young lad's lexicon, as he kept mentioning places and concepts they were unfamiliar with. Feliana, the one who went to Bard School after all, surmised the new presence might be an interdimensional mishap of sorts. As they introduced themselves to the very, very unaware human, Dashkin awoke to the cheer of the party and confuzzlement of their latest guest. And like that, we return to the dynamics of good and evil. Blah, blah.
Blah!
Man. Pain.
Okay, it's weird. My mic is barely registering on the stream.
Maybe turn down the music?
That shouldn't be the problem. Alright, let's see. Which of you are on stream?
What was that?
Moment. He asked which of us was on stream currently.
I am.
He is.
What do you need?
How's the sound?
I'm
to
gonna
you?
mute myself on Discord for a moment. Testing, 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 testing.
Sound fine to me.
Okay, I sound fine.
I mean, I'm obviously louder than you, but
Jess just naturally has a much more richer voice than most people.
So I'm not quiet on stream.
I can still understand you, no problem. You're not, like, super...
Okay. Yar.
But yes.
Alright, so we
It's
return to the party in the midst of Hamlet Heights. Dashkin has just finally woken up to discover a newer addition to the party. And Bundle's still scratching his head trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Who's the kid?
Well, you see, we needed a new tank while you were gone, so
Blank. Here's the pot.
If the reason that I'm not speaking, it's because Sun just screamed really, really loudly.
He knows.
But Dash would go on to ask, "Are you guys okay?"
Yeah, things are fine now. I feel like we've forgotten something, but I'm not sure what.
You made sure to grab any info off those guys before you left, right?
Info? They were dead.
You didn't search them?
Ranya blinks.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
Ranya looks over at Fell.
Dash is asking if you guys searched the bodies.
Ranya looks over at Fell. Did you?
Which, for my sake, can we just say you guys picked up Dash's weapons before you left, at least?
Yeah, Bundle would have done that.
Okay, thank you. Because that was what I was going to do before falling unconscious.
Hmm.
We didn't we didn't really think about searching the bodies at the moment. Our biggest concern was getting you some medical attention.
You feel I can go back alone and go claim the stuff?
No, Ranya. It's too dangerous.
Debatable.
You saw what that guy did to me. What do you think he'd do to you if he caught you?
They wouldn't catch me. I can fly.
Don't underestimate them, Ranya.
Nah. Fine. I was expecting that one to come up from the ground anyway. That was weird. I expect someone to come from the ground.
Maybe he tunneled under.
Hmm.
But how are you feeling, Dash? You literally I just woke up. You've been out for a few hours.
I've been better. That's for certain.
Hmm. He looks him over. Takes out a better berry, hands it to him. Here you go, buddy.
Well, remember, that's not gonna work.
Of course it will. It'll make you feel better.
We've
Plus-
been over this, Deadhead.
You haven't
Dash
eaten
needs-
yet.
We're not metagaming.
Alright, Dash takes the berry. Or, well, tries to. Can you even move?
Yeah, you can move. You're really, really sore.
This should help you feel
Hurts
better.
to move. Hurts to move a lot.
Yes.
Just lay back.
Eat the better berry
Yeah.
first. It's good for you.
Dash fucking
Take it easy.
eats. Dash eats the
Sorry.
goddamn berry.
Good.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah. Take it easy. You're not gonna be moving a lot for a couple days. You got really, really badly hurt. No. You need rest. I know we all want to go after them, but for now we all need to rest and figure out what we're gonna do with him. Looks to Randall.
Nah. He seems like he's okay with getting along on by himself. Right?
Huh?
How is our friend doing? I want to end.
You're very quiet, Nova.
I can't help it. I want to insight our little friend here. How's he doing?
Is he on his phone?
No.
Oh, okay. There we go.
He wants to incite Randall.
All right. What specifically are you trying to read?
Just to see how this new edition is holding up. Is he more or less thinking that we're a band of fools, or if he thinks we're gonna actually help him with whatever.
He's just sitting there in his odd threads, which above game anyone would recognize as like a polo shirt and some khaki pants, but yeah, he just looks like he's wearing some very odd pantaloons and a shirt whose design is familiar but not recognizable. And
Familiar
just,
to who?
Like, you can tell it's some sort of fabric, and like you could see someone wearing this, but you just haven't seen it before.
So,
All right.
has anyone actually questioned this guy out of character? Like, actually tried to talk to him?
Yeah. Last thing he said before the session ended yesterday was that he was sure this was a Jesus Christ. That he was sure this was a furry convention. I'm not kidding. He actually said that. And basically, he thinks this is some sort of kind of like a joke, and that we're really good actors. That we can, and he's definitely gonna recommend this to our boss.
Okay, Bundle, what are you trying to specifically read with that insight? Because
one, I want to see. Originally, it was to see how this guy is reacting to us. If he is seeing if we're just a crazy bunch of fools, or how he perceives us. And I just wanted to just read his face on.
You look at him, he looks mildly perplexed. And just, very confused at the moment.
Okay. With that being said, Bundle's going to look this guy over, and clearly he would know that this guy is definitely not from any parts from around here.
I mean, he looks like a human. Although, from what you remember, he mentioned places like burrows. Like, he mentioned, like... Okay, to recap last time, basically he mentioned he was from a place called Toad Suck, Missouri. And he got to asking about where exactly he was, and I forget the actual context, but he started mentioning like something like boroughs, like of New York, and at which point you all asked him what was wrong with Old York. So his lexicon and lingo is really throwing you guys at the moment.
Alright, so don't know any of the lands that he says that he's from. He seems confused. I then ask him, alright, so what do you know about where you are right now?
Well...
I imagine the air is cleaner.
There's a lot of good textiles, and this colonial colony is really doing good work hiring people who stay in character. I see there's farmers, there's little people are on the affirmative action list, and
Run your squints.
Has he seen Dashigan yet?
Oh yeah, you just like, and that is some really, really good. What is that, foam? Maybe fiberglass?
It's
Let's see.
scales.
Bundle
and
just
flat.
looks at him like, "What is foam?"
You
What's
know what?
fiberglass?
Well, you know of,
Not
well, you
that
think about, like,
context.
you've heard of sea foam, and, like,
Fiberglass would be out of your knowledge, though.
The hell is fiberglass?
I mean, you know of fiber and you know of glass.
A combination?
Yes, but the combination of the two is completely out of our repertoire.
Like, is it shards of glass made into a wall? Oh, you mean like one of those mural things?
I just had a dumb thought.
welcome to D&D, where it's supposed to act on those dumb thoughts.
Do it!
Let me have Dash make a wisdom check.
Ivan is rolling.
I want to give you disadvantage.
So his thought was to ask Aranya to speak into the kid's head, since apparently he thinks all of this is fake.
Okay.
So would Dash act on that with that wisdom check of 12?
You're still very loopy from, like, just waking up, and this is all, like, barraging you.
Okay, so he wouldn't be in the right mind to suggest that.
I don't think you'd be the right mind of not suggesting that.
No, you're just trying to think of... You just kind of think this guy's bullshitting. Actually, if you want... that... Wait, do you have proficiency in insight?
Nope.
Okay,
Wait,
so
hold
that's basically the
on.
same...
So yeah, that's a 12.
Yeah, so yeah, you just inside the guy, and... You almost feel like he's bullshitting. Like, it's just so much hitting you, like...
I feel like too much like crap for someone to be pulling our leg right now.
Well, considering all that you've been through in the past few hours, I think you should just go ahead and rest.
Noted. And Dash is just gonna not go to sleep, but he's gonna just stay lying down for now and just listen.
Alright, so, is there, like, a bus stop, or,
Bus?
rest stop, or, I don't know, a metro? Something?
What?
I'm going to leave the tent.
That fella was just What the fuck, man?
What?
Not you. Him.
Yeah.
Who him?
The bird on my shoulder right here. God damn it.
You know it's even louder when you, like, point it out?
He's red.
Those birds are really annoying inside these medical tents.
Mm-hmm.
It is absurdly bothersome, in this area, for some reason.
Always gonna say. You were quiet until now. All I was gonna say was that Fel would just be, you know, carefully holding Dash's hand, Dash's hand as she just looks to Randall, completely perplexed as to what he's talking about. Like, is he talking about a carriage, or maybe the tram service, or I don't think it reaches that far.
Ah, yes, I need to... I guess I should also ask in character. Dost thou know of transport to... Grand Cityscape, where royals and peasants may mingle and trade coin for knowledge?
I have the sudden urge to punch him.
Marnie has gotten bored and he has left the tent.
You mean Redport?
That sounds like a big city.
Well, there as far as I know, there's no transport and there's no direct tram service service all the way out here. So you'll have to travel there by foot.
Actually, fell.
Please do. It's been a week. Please.
Yeah.
The way stops.
The wagon stops.
There are some wagon there are wagon stops on the way, so
You still gotta get to the wagon stop.
you would need to walk to the wagon stops, but they do provide some transport. Although
Aren't those really far away though?
That's like 25 kilometers.
yeah, they're extremely far away.
Man, if this kid is serious, he probably wouldn't even make it a mile before getting torn apart by the wild.
Yeah, not to mention the lizard folk, the giant toads, the bees. We're not going anywhere near those bees. Sovereign, the mushroom sovereign was actually Sovereign Wilt was actually pretty nice, but looks to Randall, yeah, that's all we have.
Okay. So... I'm not very liquid right now. Is there like a money lender or something?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Are we going to let this poor boy get in debt to the mob?
Bundle thinks for a second and says, quite possibly. Then again, if you're not from around here, what's the color of your coin?
From the land I'm from, we use paper currency. Oblong, rectangular, with the face of famous men. Only men. We haven't gotten very far on the women route yet, but they're working on it, the Treasury.
Bundle just kind of blinks for a second. Yeah, we use actual coinage, he says as he pulls out a few pieces of gold, a few pieces of silver, and a few pieces of copper, and holds them out for him to...
Well, those look like pennies, close enough, and those are about as... Man, those are bigger than Kennedy half dollars now that I think about it.
Kennedy, what?
$50.
No, exactly. Kennedy, what?
Is there a thing?
$50? What is $1? No, that wasn't character, fucker.
What's your basic, like, rudimentary unit of currency here?
1 gold in this.
Uh,
Would that be the case?
Yeah, that's like 3 or 4 of those gets you a good meal.
If you're talking meal-wise, 2 silver, he says as he pulls out 2 silver, should give you a decent size.
So these would be roughly equivalent to dollars. Where I'm from. Yeah, we use paper money. I'm not so sure about this. What would I use as collateral? Oh, this is quite the pickle.
He's gonna die so quickly.
Dash.
Are you sure I'm not getting punked?
I'm fairly certain you're not getting punked. I don't even know what a punk is.
Dash wasn't saying that to threaten him, by the way. He was saying that, like, oh, this poor kid's not gonna last.
No, yeah, that's why I was like, Dash, don't tell him that, like, you know, like, don't you do it.
Fair enough.
At this point, the two councilmen, Quentin, Samoan, drop in and like, hello, how are you? Who the hell is this? Another friend?
Quentin?
Another friend of yours?
Quentin, Samoan, this is Randall. We don't
Howdy.
know.
Greetings, You're not one of the new stable boys, are you?
No, I was hired on as a mascot.
What? What is a
Remember,
mascot?
remember that remember that monster that the children were screaming about just outside?
Oh, we ignore the children.
Turns-
They tend to over-exaggerate and cry all sorts of animals around.
They weren't kidding. It was Randall here was wearing this sort of costume of a deproportionalized minotaur, and appears he had gotten stuck there. And
Okay, well, where's he from?
we don't know.
You boy, where are you from?
Toadsuck, Missouri, sir.
Looks back to you guys.
We
Okay,
don't know.
seriously, where the hell is he from?
Bundle
Wasn't
just
it-
shrugs.
Was it a fellow who put together that he might be from a different plane?
Yeah, she has a hinting suspicion at it, given that she's just not understanding this dialect at all.
I mean, I have a theory, but but
It's like she needs more evidence to actually put it together. Like, that's like her last resort at the moment, I think.
I have
Or
a theory,
other.
but it's not really concrete at the moment. But so far, we don't even know where. We don't think he's from anywhere here in Rootcray.
I think he thinks I'm in a costume.
I think he thinks the same thing about me as well.
I think he thinks that I'm wearing makeup. Not enough makeup could bring back my blue.
Should we just should we prove to him like this is real?
Well, short of him pulling my whiskers,
I mean, I could always try to breathe acid.
Not now. You're clearly extremely hurt. That wouldn't do anything good for you.
Ronnie is currently trying to rest up to get back his wild shape back.
Actually, that's a good point. Dash is bloodied still, right? Like he still has some blood on.
They cleaned the best. They cleaned
Okay.
you mostly. There's still some between your scales, like where it's hard to reach, like where they did just a wipe over of you.
Okay, because I was gonna say if he was still bleeding a little bit, Dash would be like, "Hey, do you know what real blood looks like?"
Hey kid, want to see a dead body?
Hey kid, you want to see how I'm actually bleeding, and only things that are real can do?
At this point, Randall wanders over to one of the other beds. He's like,
So what's her deal?
and you just
Hey kid, want to see a dead body?
So
ahead,
what's?
Brett.
Yeah, go ahead.
he
Brett.
wandered over to the other bed where Kira is, and like,
So what's her deal?
Fel gets up. She goes over. Kira. She's awake, right?
her eyes flicker a little bit as she looks up and is like, that could have gone better.
Are you
You're
okay?
telling me.
oh, thank Christ! Oh, I mean, I'm so happy you're alive.
Oh, it's a cutscene. Never mind. I'll step back.
Kira just moves to get up, and just you hear audible straining as she attempts to pull herself up. It's like,
Oh no, I don't let her do that.
Hey, watch yourself.
I guess
Not you,
Bundle.
Bundle. Her.
I guess Bundle and Phil usher her to lie back down. Like, no, 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 no.
Yeah. Yeah, like, no.
I'm not all broken like an old china doll, am I?
Unfortunately, for right now, you're going to be handled with the most delicate hands. And no, that is not a jab to get into your pants this time. You really got it.
Was it a kobold, Kira?
Let me just make sure I have all my things.
Did she not hear Dash?
Yeah, I think she did. She's just making sure she has, like, nothing was stolen.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Where are my things? I feel quite naked without my... So we're like, oh, I am naked. Oh, joy. At this point,
Rocket's head
the
slowly tilts back.
the Horkish RN comes back in and is like, ah, hukna. Yeah.
Which the one who can understand Orcish is awake now. So what's he saying?
He's saying, oh, you should also rest. Skip. Don't strain yourself.
The doctor's telling you to rest, Kira.
I need to know where my things are. Then I can
Dash translates for Kira.
Yeah, hurrah, and he points to a little crate about 6 feet away from her bedside. Has the top like slightly loose.
He says your stuff is in there.
Yeah, surprisingly, when we found you, nothing was stolen. Nothing at all.
That's impressive considering they were very adamant about taking something from me, or at least knocking me unconscious so I wouldn't know what they took. I thought they were gonna... Actually, the more I think about it, I thought they were gonna take me off somewhere the way they were so adamant.
It was a bandit who jumped you. That much is certain.
Didn't think so. All I remember was a trio of people saying they were lost, asking me for assistance, and next thing I know, I had 5 cudgels against the skull. I managed to punch one of them in the throat before I fell. But the last thing I remember is them tugging something at me, and my totem. And she half jerks in order to get out of bed towards the crate, but can't, obviously, because she's, well, absurdly sore.
Hey, looks to Bundle and gestures over to the crate.
And Bundle tells her, no. Either you lay down or I'm going to strap you down.
Yeah, and all of you remember one of the things she carried around on her was she was very proud of her, since she was traveling with Ged, she had a totem of Goliv on her, which was a star, like a 6-sided star surrounded by ferns and olive branches. That's the symbol of Goliv. As well as a quarto of metallic dragon claws. She once mentioned to Bundle she won in a contest of strength and dexterity.
Neat.
I'll go
That
check.
one of us. Yeah, that.
And Phil goes over to the crate, and she, the lid was already kind of open, right?
Yeah. Like, he didn't nail the crate back together, he just popped off the top.
Yeah, so she takes a look inside.
You see her garments, her vest, her gloves, her wrappings. Oh god, come on, where's the sheet? I had this ready. Stupid. Alright, there's the goddamn sheet. Equipment. Standard month. Yeah, you see some throwing knives, a club, rope, survival stuff, food, a little stringed box of food, a pack, her costume, her 2 different pairs of costume clothes, and her sack of gold. But you cannot find a totem or her little wrapped packet of dragon claws.
And with that, Fel's just like, oh no.
I bet you anything the people we failed to search probably had her stuff too.
That's going to haunt us for a while.
So, as Fel goes over, making sure that, like pulling the top back over the crate, she goes over and she's like, "So they took your totem and the little bag of dragon claws."
She sighs very deeply and moves her arm to scratch her nose. I was willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Sai was once desperate enough to steal coin, but...
They weren't thieves, Kira. They were Tiamat's chosen.
Oh, is that what they were? Goody.
My guess is probably that they stole the dragon claws because, well, tribute, and the totem either also for tribute or to burn it as if it was some sort of false religion.
I've heard through the grapevine that the leader of Tiamat's chosen is a collector, so it's just a rabid collection artist. Doesn't need to be it needs to be of some value to the holder before they take it, I guess. Ged won't hold it against me, I don't think, but...
Was Ged with you?
No,
Yes,
actually, he stopped over at, we made a dark line south from Fort Lippy all the way to Chemtree. And I stopped halfway through to go visit to the little glade just west of here. And on that, I decided to take a swim through the loch and pop into the marsh, see if I could collect some mushrooms for a meal when I stumbled into what I thought would be a scouting situation, but instead it turned out to be a slumber situation. Randall is just sitting on a little Thacker chair with his fingers in the Gendo Akari pose. We're like, He is very invested.
Well, for now, you need to rest. I know you probably want to get out there and get your things back, or maybe see if Gem was okay, but either you or you looks to Dash are moving for the next few days.
Or I'll put you out personally, says Bundle with a smile on his face.
And I'll help.
I'll watch.
Dash just gives a defeated sigh. It's easy to tell that he wants to get back up and get back out there, but he's not going to try to fight it.
Nah, dude, we're looking at another truck situation.
Oh god, I really don't want to be here for a month.
3 months!
I don't want to be here for a real life month.
What are you even doing, Hamlet?
But yeah, Dash is just gonna listen to them and try to.
Rasta.
Rania suddenly gets hit upside the head by a frying pan.
Ah!
But as for our new tag along, since he knows that Kira's fine and just needs to rest, and now that we knows what they're probably going to be going after once they set out again, he looks to the new guy. And since he's, just trying to take this all in, he's gonna test something.
Are you gonna ask me to go on your noble adventure and help you defeat some villains?
Oh,
Yes,
dear
please.
God.
He
Oh, dear
goes
God,
up
no,
to-
you'll die
doesn't
instantly.
say that.
We could use him for bait.
Look, he's trying to act in character for where he thinks he is.
So, in order for me to earn my keep and leave, I must assist you in a journey of adventure and chivalry.
Stand up. Bundle just tells him to stand up.
It'd be funny if he came to this world with a gun.
Just like a full cartridge.
I cast 9mm.
Please, son, 357.
But Bundle does go up to him, and once he says that spiel, he just asks for him to stand up so he can get a good look.
He stands up. He is a very lopsided beanpole of a teenager. His head's very almond shaped. His arms are look like they're 6 inches too long for his body. One of his shoes untied, of course, and he has this absurdly tight belt that seems like he drilled additional holes in because it wasn't thin enough for him.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
We're talking
Bundle-
like if Doug was 10 pounds lighter.
Bundle looks him
God.
over. He smirks and says, "Have you ever been in a fight before?"
Dash could sneeze and he would break in one of Randall's bones.
God,
Nah.
he makes Fel look strong. Jesus.
He makes Bundle look strong.
I've done a thrashing with many a planeswalker.
Not what I meant. He says as
Wait.
he takes up his hand.
Is that a Magic the
And-
Gathering reference?
Yes, that is Magic the Gathering.
Planeswalkers are a thing in D&D as well, aren't they?
Only in the Ravnica rule set, but that's beside.
Just one. Whatever.
I think Planeswalkers are actually.
I think Horizon
standard
Walkers are
D&D,
technically Planeswalkers.
Yeah,
We'll,
it's a
we'll
Horizon
get into
Walker.
this debate.
Okay.
We'll get into this debate.
Clang clang, let's do this.
But yeah, Bundle's like trying to measure this guy up, see if this guy could even become an adventurer. And from the looks of him, Bundle, first impression is, hell no, this guy's gonna die. So he says, all right.
Let's stick him in
How
full
about-
plate mail.
How about you prove how well you are with that? He says as he pulls out his silver dagger and he hands it to the boy handle first. So that way he's grabbing the handle.
This kid may get bodied faster than a level 1 wizard.
He accepts it from you. He looks at
That was
he looks
actually
at,
pretty good, Phil.
He looks
Don't
at it
understand.
very curiously. Is this a screwdriver or a blade?
Oof!
Don't underestimate a level 1 wizard. If they use sleeve spell on you and it works.
Bundle chuckles and says, that is a blade. Now, can you show me how you would actually attack someone with something like that? I mean, it's a basic weapon, sure, but even a basic weapon can be deadly in the hands of someone who knows what they do.
I don't know if I'm supposed to hurt anyone at this colonial escape.
I'm not asking you to hurt anyone. He looks around. Is there anything mundane that could be broken and replaced for like maybe a couple?
Anything mundane?
Yeah, like a gourd or.
Oh yeah, there's like 3 different scarecrows around this town that you could probably look at. There's also like there's gourds, there's hay bales.
All right. Within 40 feet of me, that's close by that I could throw a dagger.
Yeah, you wander outside. There is an oblong, like pear-shaped gourd, about like 1.5 feet tall, just sitting on top of a hay bale.
All right. Bundle measures out about 30 feet from the gourd. Draws a line in the dirt. Tells the boy to stand right there and hit that gourd with that dagger.
Okay.
Welcome, kiddies, to the carnival. First game, hit the gourd with a dagger. You win, you get a giant kitty.
That worked better than it should have.
Wow.
Is it bad?
No, I just rolled him stats. I'm like, oh my god.
Dear God!
Is he secretly a god, or is he as pathetic as we were expecting?
For all we know, it might be both.
Also, as a heads up, here in 7 minutes, I'm gonna have to AFK to go get it.
Okay, I feel safe. The birds are eating, so I'm just gonna go out of push to talk. No, that's too dangerous. I'm not gonna do.
I'll use the pure white dice because he is very white.
Ha!
So, what, what
Okay.
can you not glance?
Does he consider a flower a spice? Is that how white he is?
I don't know, those dandelions can be pretty hot. Fun fact, apparently dandelions are edible. And they were actually brought over from to America as a salad ingredient.
Alright, so
Nice.
you point him to the gourd and say, okay, 30 feet, throw it there. I'm reading this back to you, yes?
Yes.
Then just for comparison, you give a random child a dagger, tell him to do the same thing, and he fucking fucking Omaimo Shinderu's the fucking gourd.
He actually did give I think it was a short sword to a young child once.
Oh yeah, to
Oh
fight
yeah, you did!
So remember how I said Bundle wouldn't be the good life decisions person in that picture I sent?
Listen, I'm still on Team Bundle, okay? I still believe in him. You're doing him dirty, man.
You're all doing me dirty. Talking about me while I'm right here.
Guys, we could sell Bundle for money if we're pretty sure. I mean, look at the
Oh,
fur.
bundle.
don't think
So
we
he
get all that
rolled.
much.
So basically, what happens is he takes the blade, he holds it by the handle, aims it behind him like he's like a dart, but he pulls like his hand behind him like he's about to like slash down with like a scimitar, but then he tosses the dagger high into the air and it spins and
God.
spins and spins, and then it lands like a foot to the left of the gourd. Just sticks in the hay bale.
You got it in the neighborhood.
But yeah,
Got
he
it
just threw it
here.
high.
Bundle does the slow look directly from where the dagger landed to the guy.
Is this like horseshoes where I'm close enough? I got it.
Oh
Maybe
my
he's
god.
more of the tank.
No! No!
Bundles
This kid
just shakes his
this
head.
kid is lizard shaped!
Next up, I want you to lift that. He says as he's pointing to Dashigan's pack and pointing at the greatsword.
Oof!
Pick it up by the handle and attempt to lift the blade at least above your chest.
Keep in mind, a greatsword is only 6 pounds.
I know this.
See how much strength he has.
Because the point of this is for him to get it up, pick it up, and to see how long he holds it there.
Also to see if he's able to wield it without like losing balance, since it is unwieldy.
There you go. If you can't get it even above your chest, you can't. You don't even have the strength propriety to even do this.
Then we find out he's a fucking barbarian.
No, he's not. Alright, so let's roll him a basic strength check. Let's see here. Do. I am very prepared. You're asking to pick up his greatsword, right?
Yep.
He bends down to pick up the greatsword, struggles for a bit, and then... Alright, in a sheer move of raw ingenuity, he looks to the crate nearby, he's like, aha! And he grasps it by, like, the crossbar, lifts it up, and then stands up on top of the crate so he can balance it. Like, he can hold it, like, on the palm of his hand like a cane. And like, aha!
Good. So once Bundle sees this, and sees that he's using something to help prop it up, Bundle then...
Well, no, he's not. He stands up on top of the crate. He's still using his own body to balance it on the ground. He's like lifting it up like a... Oh, what's... I'm trying to think of the character who...
Basically, he got himself higher so he could hold the
So he can hold and
sword.
balance the blade on the ground.
Yeah, basically the tip of the blade is on the ground.
He's using it like a cane, but he's standing up on the crate to hold it and balance.
Yeah. Rather than, lifting it up himself, he's only, like, balancing.
Bundle just shakes his head, tells him to get down, and do it properly.
Try this again.
Ingenuity.
Okay. He grasps it hard. Lifts. He's pushing himself back in the dirt for about a good foot.
Oh
But
god.
then next thing you know, it's on his shoulder. And he holds it across his back like a lazy mercenary. Yeah. Like in the pillory. Like he's using it almost, it looks like his hands are in a pillory. Like his arms are draped over it, but it's going behind his neck.
Bundle then smiles and says, "Alright, I'll swing it down."
Oof.
Okay. Let me see. Strength is that. Yeah, he moves to use it, and he face plants with the blade outstretched full in front of him. Like it's like the Star Wars lightsaber pose above his head, but he's face down on the ground and it's facing forward.
To which Bundle then goes over to him, pushes the greatsword out of the way, helps him up to his feet, dusts him off, and says, "No offense, my friend, but adventuring is definitely not in your line of work."
Nah, man, I think he'd be great.
Denham just really wants to see him die horribly.
No, I don't want to see him die. I want to see him try to do something.
And before he goes to
want
wizard
this-
college and goes into debt. Horrible, horrible debt.
I want to see him do his best.
And make you laugh in the process. Is that correct or no?
Last thing I'm going to do,
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
he's just going to say, all right. So clearly the physical aspects of adventuring are not in your near future. And I highly doubt you even know what a spell is. Or do you?
Oh, you need the special effects?
Alright. He looks to you and does like the don't you need like wands or oh no wait, this place probably uses like old school like pagan magic.
The spellcaster kind of yawns as he kind of sits back.
Bear back.
The other spellcaster is just looking at him like, ah ha ha.
Mm-hmm. Do an Eldritch Blast. Do it. It's a warlock solution to every problem.
And the bard lock solution to every problem.
Eldritch Blast something. Do it.
Only when I need to. Only when I need to. Not right now.
There is this one thing I learned to do in elementary school.
Uh-huh.
And he rummages through one of the crates, not Kura's crate, and finds a length of rope and walks outside.
Okay.
He tosses it on the ground and proceeds to grab an end and just start wiggling it like between a length of his hands. He has his arms outstretched, just wiggling it. It's like Abra,
Just...
Kadabra, Alakazam, Sabrina! And the rope rises 60 feet in the air.
Who's Serena?
Meanwhile, Phil's just like, what the fuck is he? Oh, there it goes.
On your blinks. Ooh, is he using rope trick?
And he grabs the middle of the rope as it's rising and rises up and disappears from view.
What the fuck?
Oh shit, he does know rope trick.
And meanwhile, Phil's just like, looks to Bundle.
Also, side note, cheers done. I like.
Dude.
Mazel tov.
Second thing, Bundle looks up, nods. All right, so we have a spell cast. Not bad.
How the fuck? Who the fuck? What?
Do you mind coming back down? Or does the guy know how to come back down?
Can he
How
even
to solve
hear us?
itself.
He just pokes his head out of a flap in the sky and says, "Do I pass?"
Honestly, I don't even think I can do that.
Bundle
Neither
smirks,
can I.
Bundle smirks and says, I believe you do.
Yeah! Owned! And proceeds to grab the bottom hand of the rope like, careful, careful. Tanak! And the rope slowly descends. Whee. And he lands the ground and quickly becomes tangled inside the rope. Ah, God! Ah, no!
Bundle just kind of rolls his eyes and starts to help him get under.
I'm back. What I missed?
This motherfucker knows rope trick.
The fuck?
The spell rope trick.
Hmm.
So his world does in fact have legit magic. Neat. Rania continues to laze about.
Ryan he's like cooking a weenie over the fire. Looks up, goes back to cooking.
He's trying to take his short rest so he can gain back some shit. He has a total of 2 spells left.
At this point, Samoan walks in and is like, so... is he going with you? Is he being sent off in his way to fend for himself like most young lads are his age? Or is he interested in joining the Theocratic Guild of Fools?
That is something that we're trying to understand. We kind of stumbled onto him, so I suppose we would want to see what he would want to do. Right, he says as he looks to the rest.
Phil nods. Nods. That's right. Looks to Randall. Can you do any other spells? Prestidigitation? Eldritch. Are you a warlock of some sort?
Warlock.
No, wait, no.
That's the male equivalent of a witch, right? I don't think I've packed it
Kind of
myself to anyone. I didn't go to Hogwarts or anything.
Hogwarts?
Never mind. I'm just good at this, okay?
So, you're a wizard or a sorcerer of some sort?
Are those different things?
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Wizard, you learn your magic through advanced study and pursuing yourself to the more intellectual craft. While sorcerer, you were born that way.
Insight?
Him or are you asking us to insight or?
No, I'm saying, would you like to insight him?
Yes.
I would.
I would.
Yes.
19.
11.
We spent an hour drilling this guy.
I'm only rolling this for shits and giggles. That's a wasted roll. Because I know Dash isn't here for that. I just wanted to see what number I would get.
Out of complete boredom, Rania turns his head. Turns his head back to the sausage he's cooking.
Bundle? For some reason, Bard is coming to mind.
No!
For
No!
some reason. You can't put your finger on it, but it's like, okay, he does not look like the studious type. He's way too much of a layabout.
Yes!
And you look at him and like, yeah.
I know he's sure
Look,
shit not.
it doesn't rub off on you, Fel, since you're a different breed of bard, but let's talk about the general consensus of bards in fantasy roleplay.
Oh god.
Wait, can bards learn the rope trick?
Yeah,
If they're a lore bard. If they're a lore bard.
Then he'd have to be pretty high level to get to those kind of secrets.
Either that or
Unless he's a
Metagaming.
lore bard. Nah.
I guess it just comes to me naturally. I'm a magician. At that point, it's like, yeah, Bard.
Fuck!
I'm a regular David Copperfield.
A regular who?
I'm guessing that's a very important bard.
Is he though? Is he?
Is he really?
I'm not the one who brought him up. He's notable.
Looks the bundle. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, it would be criminal to just leave him lying about. And who knows what kind of trouble he could get into without some kind of type of direction.
Oh. How close is this to the tent?
No, they're outside the tent. Like about
Can Dash hear this
15, 20 feet
conversation?
out. Not really, no. Sorry.
Okay. If he could, I was gonna have him yell, "So we're gonna be babysitters then?" But
You're really tired.
Are we gonna be babysitters?
And at this point, some other children come running in and like, oh boy, we gotta tell Samoan and Quint and Willow.
Hello? We've heard Samoan, we've heard Quit, but who's...
probably another council, probably a council will.
Says the metagaming pigeon.
Yeah, they run off towards the meeting hall, and there are several old women just sitting on the veranda, just knitting and like basket weaving and such. And like, Great Aunt Willow, and this ancient, wizened, but still relatively good-looking woman with like this straw blonde locks of hair. Locks was like, yes, children. There's a traveling group coming. Can we have some silver to go like spend on candies and things?
Oh no.
I want candy.
Traveling group? Circus?
Depends which ones. Did you see a flag? Did you see a flag or a namesake they were promised?
Oh yes, I believe it was Rakdos.
I think it's the freaks. The freak. Oh, Fernelda's.
What?
All right, they can, as long as Muttley stays out of the horse tent. We'll tell him.
I don't want to know what that implies.
Neither do I, but I'm so curious right now.
Yay! And they're handed a small bunch of coins. And they're like, yay! And they run off towards the gateway of town, where there is just a pair of wagons covered in colorful tarps approaching, pulled by horses with decorative bony wings attached to them, which you can tell from this far they're fake.
Would this
Did Bundle tell? Yeah. Did Bundle tell us he was in the circus?
He's mentioned it once or twice. Whether
I think he's been more front about it with Kira more than anyone else.
Oh, right.
Frick!
So, would I know this flag by just looking at it?
You are very, very like, must be a new gang, because you don't know of the freaks.
Okay. So,
It's like-
Bundle just kind of...
It's like you just know freaks is a derogatory term for just wanderers of non-humanoid origin.
Would we count as that?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, kind
Yes.
of.
Everyone except for Rania.
Ah, yes.
Ronnie is the only quote-unquote normal person, and even then,
Yep.
that's kind of a stretch.
I am pro tycoon. But anyway,
You're a midget!
yes. Therefore, I am more important.
Looks to bundle. Shall we check it out?
Oh boy,
Oh, yeah,
a meal
sure.
on a shore? Great! Underling comes walking in, drinking a pint.
God damn it.
Where'd she get that?
Where'd she get that fucking pint? Oh god.
That's my secret, Captain. Winks.
I always have a pint.
I'm ready for the new guy to be like, hey, look, a Mexican.
Oh no!
What?
I know. It sounded weird, but done totally unexpected.
Okay. Moving on. And as the gates open and the few townsfolk enter, there's a pair of decoratively winged horses wheeling a pair of carts, led by, on one of the carts, a individual that looks like... Okay. How many of you are familiar with the race of Klons?
No clue what that is.
Neither. Yeah, me neither.
I'm sorry, but that's a new one to me as well.
Okay, so...
Never.
You see, leading the primary wagon, it seems, a clown in armored motley.
Nope.
What?
Bundle raises a brow.
Fell raised a brow. This is a very because that's a ballsy move.
This is
Ranya decides the real stealth.
This is a female-looking humanoid with absurdly long arms. These arms reach down to like the bottom of their thighs long, and very monochromatic skin, but with tints of blue. A curly orange head of hair, and a rather bulbous nose.
Jesus Christ, she sounds like a creepy pasta OC.
How tall is she?
She is 4'4".
Okay, not a furball. Be right back real quick.
And as they park, the leader bows with their long arms extending, crisscrossing in front of them like a curtsy. It's very perturbing looking at those physicalities, but it's
Like, are we talking like Freddy, like the first Freddy Krueger alley scene where he has those freakishly long arms?
yeah, like I said, these arms reach down to like almost knee length.
Oh God, that is too long, too long.
This is
And-
starting to become Final Fantasy 9.
And as this armored clown raises their hands together, they clap their hands together, and the sound of bells ring out, like church bells.
Toll the dead, toll the dead. Oh God, it's toll.
And the second wagon folds open, and out walks, in an obvious like barbarian type mold, there is what looks like the body of a Goliath with the head of the head of a terrier.
What?
Carrying
Alright.
a ladder on which, on top, perched atop the ladder as they walk around outside of the wagon, is a goblin wearing a maid's outfit and blowing like prestidigitation kisses at the audience. And the kiss like, wow. And the adults are like, grumble, grumble.
I'm back.
And we're just. Some weird shit's happening. Some weird shit's happening.
Explain.
So we have the armored clown on the first wagon, clapped their hands, bells came out. The second wagon unfolded to show a barbarous Goliath-sized body with a terrier head on top, carrying a simple ladder, perched on top of which is a goblin in a maid outfit, blowing prestidigitation kisses at the audience. The children are amazed, the adults not so much.
The fuck?
And apparently the armored clown has arm. They're 5'4", right? No, 4'5".
4'4".
I was here for the armored
4'4".
clown.
Oh, okay, all right. But yeah, that happened.
Yeah, they have horrifically long arms for their body.
It's too long, man. It's like one of the. It's like one of the girls that Tim Burton finds that their eyes are just far enough apart where as to which it's unsettling. So continuing.
And as the show goes on, the armored clown holds up their hands again and taps their nose, and what sounds like a submarine klaxon awooga, like "Urga," just blazes out from their locale, and they cry out, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, enjoy the show we have tonight. Although it seems we are missing a member, aren't we? Aren't we? We are. Not.
I have so many red flags.
Wait, what?
I think we should get the fuck out of here.
We'll be leaving Dash to the wolves if we do that.
Throw him in the cart.
Am I the only one who's just like, let's just see what happens?
A bit, yeah.
Sure.
But first, a skit. As they take out this little handkerchief, throw it in the air as it expands to like 40 foot by 40 foot tall, and it floats up in the air and hovers for a moment, as when it descends, as when it finally reduces and blows away, there is the Dogbarian and the maid sitting at a table, is reading menus. It seems to be some sort of like playful sketch, as the armored clown comes out wearing what looks like a painted on like suit. Like they just literally took like a paint roller but rolled on like tuxedo over their armored motley. It's still dripping and everything. It's like, whoa, that looks kind of wrong.
Oh, good.
They walk out with a pair of pies and set them down on the table in front of the two.
Oh, here we go.
The goblin maid is doing their nails, not really paying attention. The Dogbarian is licking his lips and pulls out a giant, like oversized, like football stadium foam knife and fork. Like, you know, like the foam hands you get at like sports games and all that.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of knife and fork we're talking about. And he attempts to plunge it into a slice of pie, but he can't. It's like, like it's refusing to. Well, it's foam. You guys get the joke. It's
Yeah.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
he's starting to get frustrated. He's like, meanwhile, the maid goblin looks over and quickly switches around the plates while he's staring at his silverware. He's like, and finally he plunges his knife into the pie, which punctures and promptly explodes, covering him in whipped cream and cherries. The cherries form a perfect smile, by the way. After which the maid licks a finger and pulls at the tip of the pie and zips it back to reveal another slice of pie, where
What?
she pulls out like a giant bamboo toothpick and stabs it, and is like unhinges her jaw and eats the whole thing in one bite.
The fuck?
Well, that is entertaining, but that image is so fucked.
Cursed image if I've ever imagined one.
After which the children are just having him like, yes, clapping and cheering. After which the maid goblin and the Dogbarian stand up, do a polite bow, and at which point the clown walks out again, throws the handkerchief into the air, which expands again to massive proportions, and this time the Dogbarian is there, bare-chested, standing there in only a pair of armored lower half greaves, and some very nice-looking wood and what looks like wood and like silly string bracelets, as he flexes in a standard like strongman pose as the clownish one enters again. Next up, we have our strong one. But he looks so lonely. We need a volunteer. Please?
Ah!
Yeah, those red flags were correct to go.
I am still stealthed.
Yeah, Felix to the left, Felix to the right. Just shrugs and just stays there.
At which point the clown just starts walking through the audience. Oh no, you must stay, No, too small, too large. No, I know, the bush! And points to where Rania is hiding.
The tip of Ranya's wand slowly comes out of the bush, pointing at the clown. Choose again.
Such poor sportsmanship.
Trust me.
Oh well, your loss, little one.
Scare the fuck out of me. No.
The clown apparently made its perception check.
Yep, they rolled pretty well.
Oh, nice.
You can see me all they want. They can see as my lightning is coming at their face.
Meanwhile, in the tent,
Such violence.
what do you think is going on out there?
I don't know, I'm just kind of mad that I lost my stuff. You didn't lose anything, did you?
Just my pride. Even though I was able to keep my friends safe.
And about 3 gallons of blood.
Oh yeah, just my pride and a lot of blood.
As we cut back out, the clown is not giving up on the bush and starts laying out like little doggy treats in like in like a line leading out toward the stage. Maybe this will lure them out.
Oh god.
Roger squints hard.
And which, yeah, there's laid out basic doggy treats with icing and sprinkles on top of them.
What?
If he comes within like 15 feet of me, I'm firing off a warning shot into the sky.
Oh no, they just tossed one like to like 2 feet in front of you and just started tossing them with perfect precision, like in like 2 foot increments leading up towards the staging area.
Motherfucker.
Every party needs a pooper, that's why they invited you.
Rania lets out a sigh. He looks over at Bundle and Fell. What do you guys
You're back.
think?
I was like, well, I wouldn't deny performer the chance. She says as she gestures towards him and towards the stage.
Bundle, without even missing a beat, just takes off his weapons first. And takes off all the extra crap that he normally carries around him, keeping him as light as possible. And says, alright, let's go.
I have to say, DM, have I gotten my short rest in yet?
Yes.
Cool, then I can recover at least 2 spell slots. One second level and 1 third level should do it. And wait, it's up to like 6th level, so I can recover a first level as well. Why not? Okay. Rania comes out the bush and puts away his wand. Alright, let's see what this is about. He ignores the dog. He's over towards
Wisdom save.
Fuck!
Oh
For all
no!
of us,
Just for Rania.
15.
You look at those dogs like, huh. You like scoff at them, and yet you notice your mouth is watering.
Oh.
Fuck you, I'm an owl, not a dog.
But they still look very appetizing is the thing.
No!
Like you're not moving toward them, it's like, you know, those don't look bad. Wait, what am I saying?
Rania pointedly ignores them and proceeds forward.
You inhale
Okay.
inhale the bead of saliva slowly making its way out of the corner of your mouth.
I will resist. I have my pride. Also, I need to, like, exert a couple of hit die. 1 second.
Like it's enough to make a grown man cry. Get back in there, damn it!
2.
Give it up for our volunteer.
Why is that consistently 5?
Mm.
Oh well. I'm up to 60 now, so it should be good for whatever comes. Okay.
We should be safe.
I don't have my wild shape back because that's back on a long rest, I believe.
Nope, short rest too.
Okay, so I have my wild shape back.
Oh,
Cool. I have the ability to bug out if I want to. Okay. He raises his hands up for the crowd, I guess.
The
Yo.
children go, yay! Hey, I recognize him.
What?
Bundle just kind of waves his hands, kind of feeling nostalgic because this is kind of what he did when he was a kid, actually.
Phil gives a light clap, like huzzah!
This is gonna be weird. Okay. Yeah. So what are we going to be doing?
You are going to showcase our Dogbarian sense of strength.
Now I know.
To look at it, you are awful small.
Thanks for noticing.
I
He's
have an
about to
idea. Let's have a test of sorts. Muttley! As the dog, the terrier-headed barbarian waltzes over. Dum 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 dum. Lift him, will you? Mm-hmm. And he just puts down a hand to you, shoves it into the ground beneath the sod, like direct, like one hand underneath your feet, and just lifts you up, sod and all, above his head.
Rania blinks. Congratulations, you lifted 37 pounds.
Yes, that's very neat. You can put him down now, Muttley. Oof. As he slowly pats you down. Now, what we've got to do is make this more interesting. So, we just need you to put on this, please. And they hold out a cloak of sorts. It looks like just like a coat made of sandbags.
Rania blinks.
Weighted training clothes.
Well, he puts it on.
Yeah, you still can move, but it's like, yeah, it's weighted down quite a bit. It's like, wow, this must weigh at least 3 times I do. Oh, and also, we need you to hold this. And opens up.
I swear to God, she pulled out an anvil.
She opens up a pocket and pulls out a balloon.
Okay.
In the shape of it.
I take the balloon.
Oh no, she's like, one moment, please. And she starts blowing into it, and blowing into it, and blowing into it. And for what you assume is just going to be a normal balloon, it starts taking on more oddly pointed and rectangular shape as she keeps
Oh my
blowing
God.
into it. Before, right in front of you is a twice the usual size balloon of an anvil.
Rania's head slowly turns to Bundle.
Okay. For Bundle, he doesn't look shocked at all. In fact, he has the face of someone who's done this so many times before it hurts.
Well, you've done this kind of strong attack. Okay, actually roll a history check for me, Bundle.
Okay, fine.
I need to see if you're experienced with clans.
14.
You've seen one clan before in your life. You know this race is called a clan. They are basically
It's a race?
yes.
I'm not sure how okay with this I am.
Anywho, let's keep going.
You know that this particular persona has a lot of reality bending abilities of their own, and so you're like, yeah, this seems par for the course at the moment.
So, Bundle is kind of okay. He's not looking bored. He is looking intrigued, but he's not looking as shocked as he should be. So he just looks back at you and says, "Well, you gonna play along?"
He slowly reaches out and accepts the balloon.
As they finish up blowing it, they tie a neat little string around it and hold out the string to you.
Oh, that's cool.
I accept the balloon.
As you take the string and they step 5 feet away, the balloon slams down in front of you like 2 inches away from you, like
Rania glances back at Bundle.
1 second. Okay.
Wait.
Oh shit, he Batmaned us. Oh shit, he Catmaned us.
Da 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 Catman.
But no, that was to whisper something under his breath, to which he totally gets away with it in terms of Rania.
Wait, whispers. So I can still see you.
You can still see. I'm not hiding. I'm just
So you whispered something.
I whispered something.
You of Rania.
That's passive.
I can still read his lips.
Oh, okay. Yeah?
Read cat lips.
Uh-huh. Doesn't
It does,
specify read.
it does just say creature.
Hell, it doesn't even.
And watch, children, as the clown dies from coughing.
Then you see Bundle say, "Well, if this is like all the other times, this should be interesting."
Oh boy.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Rat
And,
is an actual freaking race.
yep.
Okay. Alright.
Thank
So
you,
he
Zito.
now. He now has the balloon with the anvil sitting in front of him.
Now, let's give a round for our very buff boy.
And the children go, yay! As the terrier Lyeth like cracks their shoulders, wiggles their neck side to side, flexes, and then like sticks out their fingers underneath you and the anvil, with like you under one hand, the anvil under there, and slowly lifts and lifts and lifts, and then suddenly jerks you up to a perfect like Lion King on Pride Rock pose. You and the anvil bunched together in one mixture of sod, halfling, and otherworldly. What the hell?
Rania looks very uncomfortable by this, but he's
But they do have very
trying
ginger
to
touch. It's like, ooh.
toe beans on the hands, much like Bundle. Okay.
Let's give it up for our volunteer.
As the clon produces a dart and throws it at the anvil balloon, which quickly just like pops like actual like soap bubbles.
Pops, so there's significantly less weight now.
Yep. And
Wait, does that mean I get Jennifer even higher up?
Nope. They just the dog varian sets you down very lightly, gingerly takes off your cloak.
Okay.
Thank you. Woof.
He nods.
Reggie!
Good boy.
Oh, that is a good
Thank you.
question. Would Bundle know what this dog thing is?
It's throwing you because it doesn't look like dog folk. The thing is, it looks like it has the body of a Goliath, but the head of a terrier. Fully animated and animated.
So, in other words, he don't have any clue what that.
Sounds like very similar to a certain fish-headed halfling.
Hush you.
Next up, we have magical means with our very friendly maid. Come out, Marzi. At which point the very come on, no. All right, At which point the goblin lady comes back out and is still doing their nails, and now pulls out a compact and starts like touching up with their little like face paint, where they've got like little they've got like playing card symbols on each cheek, like diamonds and clubs on one, spades and hearts on another, and
Huh.
dark purple lipstick on, and light blue eyeshadow. And they fluff up their maid headgear. Look out to the audience. Look out to you guys in particular. Look back out dead center, and then lift up a hand to their face, pull it away, and there's a very standard type senpai face on their face now. Very anime waifu-esque.
I'm uncomfortable.
It's almost like their face reconfigured entirely, considering how like very meh they looked like a second ago. And they start wandering around and blowing little prestidigitation kisses, and they pull a child out and start like rubbing their hands together and start like drawing on their shirt to where it becomes like a full like regal suit complete with cape.
Damn.
At which point, when the kid's like, "Wow, cool," starts walking away, the maid pulls on the cape and the entire drawing falls off of their shirt, and they're just back to walking in normal clothes. Aww.
Aww.
Ronnie, you're able to go sit back down in the audience.
He does so.
And finally, one of the she also walks into the audience again and pulls out one of the she pulls out Quint. Interestingly enough, the very stern, silent councilman is like, "I'm not sure." Just pulls him out and takes his hat, his little foppish hat, folds it out. Folds it inside out, and then it starts blowing into it like it was a balloon, and it starts inflating. To which point it turns into like the top of like a hot air balloon. It becomes that size. It looks like it's the same texture though, same felty canvas type thing he was wearing. It's even weirder considering you can see the inflated seams of which are like it was obviously sewn together by the haberdasher or the cloth worker, whoever made it. And as they finish their act, they start climbing up the inflated hat, which is just slowly floating above in midair, about 4 foot off the ground. And
My God.
the maid just starts jumping up and down on top of the hat as it starts deflating and deflating. Each like hop, pff, hop, pff, hop, pff, hop, pff, until finally it's back to almost normal size. In which point they set it on the ground and then punch their hand through it so it re-inverts itself to its normal outside period, and the air escapes, and he places it back on their head, gives him a kiss on the cheek, of which now he has a perfect shaped club on the side of his face. He's just like, "Meh." One cheek is blushing, the other one is pure club, so just walks off like, it's not that impressive, I guess. Cute though.
Cute.
Yeah.
And the armored clown returns, this time with a scroll of paper under their arm, in which they throw it onto the ground, and it starts rolling around, and Blunder like, "Oh, it's the comically long scroll of paper. I've seen this before."
Bundle, anyone looking at Bundle would see him just roll his eyes and sigh like, okay.
But this one's a bit different though. It keeps rolling and rolling, and it starts like piling up, like imagine if you tipped over an entire like giant library shelf full of paper.
That's what it looks like on the ground now, but it just keeps rolling and unfurling to where it's like almost like a foot and a half deep on the ground where they're standing. Hear ye! Our final act of the evening will be a story told of a land far away by our missing member. Give it up for Randall Johns.
What?
As they stand up and pick up the paper and wander away, and a spotlight comes out of nowhere and shines in the middle of the standing area, but no one's appearing. After about a minute of silence, the clown walks back out and says, I said a story told by our most inventive visitor from another world, Randall Johns. They twiddle their fingers together and a drum roll starts sounding.
Is this boy next to me?
Nope, you can't find him. Where'd he go?
Fel just slowly turns to Bundle.
Did I roll an investigation check to find this motherfucker?
Have we been played? Have we been
I think that'd be
bamboozled?
I think that'd be a survival.
Perception check.
Perception? Alright. Okay. My passive perception is better.
I'm gonna roll two.
But this requires an active check.
I know.
Cause like this is just like, what the fuck?
Nope.
What was that?
You can't find him either, Fel.
Wait, what happened?
Randall booked it.
Oh no.
I think I know where he is. I always know where he is.
That's even more concerning.
There he is. Points off to behind you all.
Fel turns.
All you can see is the spotlight spell they cast, where it's just like a little, there's a little point of light beaming down into the stage. And it's like, I can't see anything past the light. It's kind of in your eyes.
Oh yeah, I realized what he did.
Wait a second. I'm gonna...
Yeah, he'll probably be in that port. He'll probably be in that for about an hour.
Gonna try something. Roll an intelligence check. Alright, never mind. You do it.
Uh-oh. Guess you have to make do with me. And as you turn back, the clown has gotten taller, and ganglier, and thinner.
What?
As the maid walks out with a glass of water, stirs it with a stirring stick, then tips the glass over on the tray, turns it upwards, and sprays the clown in the face with the modified seltzer tray. As the makeup washes away to reveal a very pimple-faced teenage humanoid wearing...
Oh, great, he's a changeling too.
Son of a bitch!
Wearing armored clown gear. He's like, ha ha! Fooled you all!
We've been fucking bamboozled.
I'm so confused.
Yes, it is I, Randall Johns, traveling bard, to tell you a tale of a fantastic place from which you have never heard. And he proceeds to weave them a tale of far, far away, there is a city made of metal and rock, where horses are no longer necessary, for they have learned to craft vehicles of pure steel and fire.
Sounds like a dwarf village.
Fel looks to Bundle.
Bundle just shrugs, says, "It's an alright story. What is it?"
Nothing.
Unfortunately, the player can't really help here.
No, I mean, sorry. It's because I thought you said that Bundle did something and it got cut off.
He was gonna see if he can roll intelligence check to do something, and it wasn't even.
And the story is woven. They talk of how this world no longer has need of spells or such because they rely now on technology. And even though they have this great technology, they use it only to spread simple joys instead of thinking about the terrors of the world by sharing portraits of dogs and videos and little live miniature sketches for broadcast over said technology. And puzzle games that they play also on said interfaces. And finally, I will show you the most terrible thing to beset this world that has ruined it for all who live there currently. And he snaps his fingers, at which point the clan re-emerges from the shadows wearing their armored motley, sets forth an easel in front of him, and he holds out his hand for something. She looks at him, like, shrugs her shoulders. He looks flustered and says, "Ha! Well, no need. I can provide for myself." At which he claps his hands, and from beneath his sleeves he pulls out a pen of sorts, but it's a solid cylinder with a cap, and he pulls it out, and he clicks the side of it, and he starts drawing and drawing, and after a few minutes he clicks it again and keeps drawing and drawing away from view, and finally he pulls out a paintbrush with a little can of something and starts dipping it in there and slathering the whole thing with it, and it turns it around and shows, "Behold the horror of the world known as Iarta." And he slowly turns it around, and it shows a box full of negative red numbers. Negative finances. And the kids, at this point, were kind of intrigued. We're like, "What?" "It's because they have no money. They are, you know, they have none. They were conned out of it. They were convinced." Never mind. "The horror!" And he turns it around again, slaps the portrait, and shows off at which point it now shows a very ugly, bulbous, oblong, terrible orange creature with hair of straw and a ragged, terrible suit upon his back. Like, "Ah! Ha ha! Got you!"
I get it.
I get it.
And he says, "Thank you, thank you." And the children's like, "Yay! That could have been better." And he packs up his easel, bows, and the quarto of them come out, bow. The Dogbarian picks all three of them up on his shoulders and walks off into the cart and starts just unfurling it and pulls out some tents of their own so they can just spend the night. They've broken out some
broken out some food and just starting to chat amongst themselves. Randall is getting noogied very hardcore by the goblin maid, who is changed out into a like common clothes of just a hooded tunic and some thigh-length boots. And Randall looks vaguely uncomfortable among them, but he's okay. How are the rest of you doing? Oh, the three of you who are outside. I know how the fourth one's doing.
One of these days I'll be able to do more than sit in a tent.
Well, Bundle is fairly good on these circus folk, so he's gonna get more info on them and see if he knows anything about maybe the troop that he was with.
Okay, so you wander over.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Right before they closed up shop, they passed like a hat around for like tribute.
Oh god. Tribute.
I'm sorry. The donations basically. They passed the hat. They're buskers basically.
Of course.
So they pass it around the crowd. The kids give like copper and silver and such, and then the dog Barian starts like pulls out this tray with a rope around it, so it's like he can like carry this tray around his neck, you know, like those hot dog salesmen at games.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's just carrying out like things of candy floss and cinnamon wyverns and all sorts of little like sugary circus treats.
Oh, we'll go get a circus treat.
Okay. And yeah, so they pass the hat around. Do any of you give anything? I imagine Bundle looks at his finances like, fuck no.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of funds to give.
Dash has 43 gold, but he's in the tent.
Rania dropped 50
I have-
silver and I don't have much else.
I'll drop 20 silver. I have like 143 silver.
Yeah,
So I'll drop 20
When
silver.
the third
they take it
when the
all
circus
very.
comes to town,
They take it very, very welcomingly. They don't judge. They're like, ah, thank you. And the all right, and the dog Barian Muttley comes over to you, Fel, seeing that you started pulling out your purse for a circus treat.
Circus treat!
It is 10 gold for a. It is 10 silver for a cinnamon wyvern.
I was about to say 10 gold.
What the fuck?
No, it's 10 silver for a
listen, they have movie price.
cinnamon wyvern, which is basically like a little candy, like rock candy in the shape of like a dragon or a wyvern.
Might like that.
And then they've got a like candy floss for 15 silver, and a bag of mystery beans for 20 silver.
Those mystery beans look mysterious.
Yeah, they look like jelly candies, but like with they don't have any flavors attached to them. It just says question mark.
Fel will get one cinnamon wyvern and some candy floss. How much will it be? Around
25 total. 25 silver
Yeah.
total.
Yeah, she'll hand over the 25 silver.
If you get a little it's like a little like a little sucker stick with a little cinnamon wyvern on it. It tastes like a raw cinnamon candy. Like, ooh, wow, that's kind of tart. And then you got the candy floss. It's
Isn't cinnamon spicy?
yeah, spicy. I'm sorry, spicy.
Spicy.
Like spicy, sugary cinnamon. It's like, ooh.
Damn.
It's like they melted a whole bunch of hot tamale candies into one little like into like a 2-inch square like sculpture.
As long as it's not the cinnamon challenge, that can kill you.
That can and will.
But yeah, the town's starting to settle down now. It's getting closer to evening. The children are busy gobbing themselves on sugar floss, and a couple of them pulled their money to grab like a canister of beans, and like, wow, I got bird's nest. I got dragonberry. I got.
I'm sorry, what?
I got
I got a rock.
Yeah, a kid actually breaks a
The
tooth on one of them.
dragon
Like, oh, this one, ow!
Oh my god.
It's actually a rock.
Oh no. But yeah, after buying her sweet, she'll return back to the tent. Like, hey, Dash.
Sharing some of your candy floss with Kira and Dash.
Yes.
What was going on out there?
I believe Randall was actually a bard,
No, that makes sense.
part of a traveling circus.
Does it though? Does it? Says
Not
Underline
really.
as she just sits there also munching on a big thing of candy floss. That's twice the size of yours, Phil.
What the fuck?
I mean, he did act just like Fel.
Are you calling me a joke?
You said it, not me.
But not really sure.
Well, as long as we don't have to worry about babysitting him.
Oh,
I'm sure he's in good hands now.
well, I hope we will. I hope we won't have to. But he also seems like he's well off.
Meanwhile, Bundle, as they wrap up their salesmanship, they start piling into a campsite, and you wander over.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a fun adventure, but I'm sure it will have no forbearing on our future whatsoever.
4 episodes later. Why are we doing the High Wire Act? You're not gonna get me up on that high rope. 10 minutes later. God damn it!
No, I'm not gonna do a juggling act. 10 minutes later. Why are there knives?
Waiting on Denova.
I imagine he ordered food.
Alright, Nova, what's up?
I sent the clown thing that you put there to a friend of mine that really likes clowns, and he's going absolutely mad with power.
I mean, you could have always played a clown in D&D. You could play the College of Satire Bard.
Yeah, it's just because he's a DM and we're going through a circus thing right now. And he really likes clowns. Much to my demise because I fucking hate clowns.
I don't dislike clowns, I just don't trust them.
Well, I'm going to be very brief with this, but let's keep going. But I go to see the current circus people. So what am I walking into?
I just walk into them. They're just sitting there at the campfire. The goblin maid has changed out into their like orange and green hooded cloak with thigh-high boots, and the Randall is still looking mildly uncomfortable around those, and just like, yeah. The armored clown has taken off their armor and is just like relaxing in front of the fire. Their oddly lengthened limbs stretching.
Alright, well, as I'm coming up to them, I give them a hearty hello and tell them that was definitely a good show. He saw one of the best he's seen since he's been in the circus.
The clan leader nods their head graciously and says, Thank you. Which tribe were you with? Were you up south, down north?
Up, south, down, north.
You mean troop?
I think he means exactly what he means, but I guess according to the map, I am up. I come from the north, from the far northern. I tell them that I'm from the far north, towards the jungled area past the mountains.
Did your troop have a name?
I believe we settled with the Jack.
Piccadilly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that in. That name.
Giacomo!
And he tries his best to read them, see if they are familiar with.
Alright, the clan does not actually register that name. The dog Barian is busily cooking and is barely paying attention. The goblin maid, however, nods in recognition, like, saw them once. Weren't bad.
I used to be one of their many clowns, younger clowns back in the day. I'm actually a few years out from my circuiteering. And also asked if they have possibly ran into that troop any time recently.
The goblin shakes her head and says, not in like 11 years.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like not since like just after you left the troop. So like not in a while.
That makes Bundle a little sad. He sighs and says, I hope the troop didn't die. But time gives and takes away everything, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
You are
what's
off your game tonight, Randall. Yeah, I guess so. I was.
Oh, and me and him have already met before. Have you been playing games with us? It says Bundle as he looks directly at him.
Roll an insight.
Is he lying? Or attempting to fabricate the truth? There is a reason for that.
You can roll an insight.
Here for the seat.
Yeah, that. So let me go ahead and roll it. $18.
He's got this nervous smile on his face, to where you can't tell what's because you're digging, or whether he's around the troop that he's kind of tip-tapping around the answer. Well, you see, it's just creative juices and all. You never know, it could exist, right?
Bundle just kind of raises her brow and nods. Well, I suppose you're right. I believe dragons could exist until you actually come and meet them. Or have your village burned down, though. And in this case, this realm of yours with vehicles and loss of money.
Yeah, a land of debt, as I call it.
Quiet. So, what is all of your stories then? He says as he looks around the encampment.
So what are you trying to read?
He's trying to see what these other guys are all about. Because it's a circus troupe. Everyone's going to be interested.
Yeah, the clown seems like the obvious leader. The goblin maid seems fairly aloof in a lot of ways. Meanwhile, the Muttley, the Dogbarian, seems very singular in his exploits. He's the cook, but he's also the strong one, and he's the pack mule, for lack of a better term.
Alright. Then out of all of them, he looks the oddest, right?
Mm-hmm. He looks like he barely belongs. Maybe, and that's only because they maybe gave him a colorful tunic, but...
Okay, well, would I have to roll to get a read on this guy? Because clearly he's the odd.
Roll another insight?
Oddball.
19.
You kind of glare at him from a side glance, and you kind of see him sweating a bit, almost like... He finally admits that, okay, it could be real. I've dreamed of it, perhaps. I think they were dreams.
Wait, what?
I don't remember much from
I mean,
I don't remember much from before I was with the troop.
What, you are just drawing a blank from a set day and going...
Yeah. Not really good at a lot of other things. Just got a knack for telling this particular tale. But it seems so real to me.
And I'm guessing from that tale, like, he doesn't seem like he's lying when he told the actual story.
No, he told it with such great detail and attention to little things, even as foreign and alien as they sound. He kind of made it sound like he gave it a necessary life to the descriptions.
All right. I then inquire a little bit further about his tale and ask him to draw one of those vehicles. I give him a piece of piece of parchment and paper and ink.
Well, I guess it looks sort of like, and he draws, well, it looks almost like a sled. Like, you've seen some elaborate sleighs in your life, like, especially when you're in, like, a wintry area. That's how they transport. And it looks almost like a sleigh, but a bit more boxy, with headlamps on the front, and a, like, blocky section towards the front of the vehicle, risen above all these low set tires in the bottom half.
And as Bundle's looking at this, he looks confused, as if he's trying to piece it all together, as he's drawing out each individual part. And the more he draws, the more confused he's.
The more answers I have, the more questions I think of.
All right, how does this even work? You don't have anything pulling it from the front, and you have these weird lamps right here. And why are these wheels so small? Are they made of wood?
I think there's some sort of cushiony substance, I think.
Fascinating. Me, the player, is like, okay. I'm trying to roll with not knowing what a car is.
It is a very boxy looking vehicle also. It's basically what looks like a rounded rectangle in the middle with two smaller squares at the front and the back. Well, actually at the front. Like, it's a big rounded rectangle for the back half, and a small, like, blocky block towards the front with little headlamp areas inscribed into it.
Alright.
Above game, it looks kind of like a car that's at least 90 years old.
Oh, we're talking like early
We're talking model cars.
Oh my.
Damn.
Okay.
But in game, it's like, wow, that looks odd. That looks like an odd sleigh.
Alright.
A sleigh with a top.
And I then ask, how long has he been telling the story?
Last 10 years?
Fuck.
Do you remember the first time you told the story?
Since I left the orphanage?
Oh boy. I'm trying to read as much into this guy as possible. Alright, where was this orphanage then?
Fuck, I didn't write down the name of the continent. Fuck.
Shoot.
Wanted to say filler continent B.
I mentioned it last time when I was playing you in character. Oh.
Shit.
Root Cray Cry.
Yeah, there's another one I mentioned.
Oh shit, can't remember.
It was last session too. I'm like, god damn, what did I mention?
And I didn't write it down.
That's fine. It's my bad for not writing it down myself. He himself has not been on this continent long. Like, he's been hopping from place to place to place, honing his barding abilities on the street, basically.
Okay.
But it seems
And-
almost like in dreams. And he's very adamant they've mostly been performing to human towns.
Okay. And he's been doing this for the past 10 years.
He's been telling this story for 10 years. He has not been with this troupe for 10 years.
Okay, how long has he been with the troop?
A little over 9 months.
She.
And how's that working out for you?
I have a bed to sleep in.
I suppose, but I believe your talents could be best suited elsewhere other than the...
Authors don't make much outside of academia.
Right.
I mean, there's a fair point, but even the grandest authors have things to write about. And with a tale like that, combined with any more numerous amounts of tales you could be getting while on the road, you could expand that book to be more than just a few novels. If you catch my drift.
I'm sorry. I'm chatting with an artist on the side. Can you repeat that statement?
He's basically trying to coerce this guy into joining their little band of people rather than continue with this circus. Always, who says there's anything wrong with more bards?
True.
Wait, is Bundle trying to recruit this guy?
Hell yeah, he is.
He's attempting.
Roll a persuasion check. Disadvantage.
Sonya's hand pops out of a vase and pokes Bundle.
No!
No.
Gotta love the last minute disadvantage.
I had to think about it. It's like,
To be
All
fair, I am asking him to leave a place where he's actually gaining money. Granted, probably not a lot,
and
but
mildly safe.
yeah,
Meanwhile, we're going after cultists.
not bad. That's an 11.
Yeah, he looks at you, he's like, looking at your buddy in there, he got kind of hurt recently doing what you do, right?
Unfortunately, but that is just one bad day amongst a plethora of good.
Yeah, but most of the time the worst thing we ever experience is, Muttley over here occasionally strains a trapezius, but other than that, we've
Bundle
got this kind of
does his
rehearsed,
best.
we've got this act sort of rehearsed fine, and I'm
When
barely
he-
part of it. I just show up to tell a story to the kids, and,
Something else in the top by bandits up.
When the guy says that thing about the trapezist, Bundle does his best not to laugh out, but he does nod and say, "I understand." But should we come across paths again, give my offer some thought.
perhaps, who knows?
And do you mind if I keep this? He says as he takes the picture of the
The what?
he
Oh,
still has
the
the
vehicle?
picture. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was like he took his easel with him.
No. Just the picture he made.
Yeah,
himself.
he's like, sure.
Please show it to Rania.
Pleasure talking with you.
Stay safe and cool.
That is the plan, he says as he walks back towards the medical tent.
Alright, make your way back to the medical tent. The other 4 are there. Undaline's currently making like little like Gumby type dolls out of her candy floss, like
Hilarious.
Now bite the heads off of them.
What?
Scared me.
So,
And Fel's like sharing some candy floss and floss with Kira and Dash. No.
after Dash swallows whatever bit of candy he's eating. So, once I'm able to actually move, what's the game plan?
I don't know. What is the game plan, boss peoples?
Well, we have no leads. I suppose I can still do the thing where I can try to locate someone within 3 miles of me, but
You're not going to bring up the Ghostwise, are you?
it hasn't come up in conversation.
By the way, wee one.
Hmm. What is
What's your deal?
deal?
Yeah, what's your
What do you
goal
mean?
hanging out with these people? Like, I've only met one other Ghostwise, and he was a cranky one.
He pauses, stares at Underlin, smiles. It's just to get stronger. No other
Yeah,
real
well-
reason.
All I know about you is that you had some sort of conflict, and that boy was really ripe about how they shouldn't have given up or surrendered or whatever. What's your feeling on that whole backlog of history?
Rania
You
stares
lot
at
aware
her.
of that?
We are quite aware of it.
She's
I think
not
she was
talking-
at-
She's talking to the rest,
She-
the other 4 and
Yeah.
the other 3 in there. Like Bono's aware there. Like Bono walks in there. Hi guys, you lot know that? You lot know about the Great Ghostwise Split?
No, Ranya's never brought that up to us, I think.
Well, basically, there's some sort of civil insurrection between these Ghostwise mastermind peoples, and they had a bit of a falling out, bit of a violent falling out.
Rania is currently staring at her. Quiet.
Sounds like a bit of a bloody tale.
I don't know if it was too bloody. It was just forceful, from what I could get out of old cranks.
Rania looks a little bit uncomfortable, but he does seem interested in learning what she.
Seriously, I can't get a read on you unless you've either got some sort of like mommy issues or something, or I don't know.
How? I'm afraid.
How does
How did it
Rania
end?
react to those 2 words?
Ooh. Ooh.
Rhonda's going to make a wisdom save. Hold on a second.
Why wasn't your sheet ready, Rania?
Oof.
Rania stares at her. A smile comes over his face. Nothing of the sort.
Well, I couldn't get a read on it. You don't like to talk about it, so I have to guess.
You get used to this kind of thing, says
Yeah.
Bundle as he just smooths his claws.
You really do. But how did that skirmish with the Ghostwise end? I'm curious.
Rania lets out a sigh. Well, there was a war, and it ended with our people kind of being scattered to the wind. Those who fought on the quote-unquote side of good decided to become isolated into a village, while the others who had maybe differing opinions or such decided to go out into the world. I do not know much about them as a people, since I've only had to deal with my own. So they may have a different mindset of how our history went, where ours focused more on remembering and paying penance for what we did.
What I want to know is, what's with the name?
Rania blanks.
Your name, it's not
Name?
Halfling. That sounds elfish.
He nods. It is.
Was your mother...
The ghost wife.
What was your mother, a half-elf or something?
He shakes his head. We have 3 names. Our birth name, our family name, and our given name. The given name is earned. The birth name is given to us from birth, and the family name represents our family line. I spent time with the elves back in my village. They tended to give us aid whenever we needed it, or tried. My people tend to be rather isolationist, xenophobic. I don't know what you would call it, but they tend to want to keep things in the family, as it were.
Yeah, but the halflings I've met are also heavily family oriented. So why aren't you with them?
None. I have something I need to do. In fact, I have many things I need to do.
Are these 3 looks at the rest of the dynamic crew? Are they your means to doing this, or
Looks around
Looks
you.
over back at them. They are indirectly assisting me. Like I said, I do need to get stronger. I have a wealth of knowledge about being a druid that I cannot have access to yet.
Dash kind of sighs. Good to know that we're only a means to an end.
He smiles. I could have chosen anyone else. I like this group. So I chose to stay. And as long as we continue doing things to grow, I do not mind.
does that include your wingspan?
Looks over at her. What?
Or whatever the hell those feathery growths are?
That
Wait,
is something
We
else.
really need to get that checked out.
Seriously, what did you have a one? What seriously did you get frisky with a kiwi or something?
The kiwis
type.
actually have wings, okay.
I don't exactly know what a kiwi is, but no.
It's a small bird. It's a short joke.
Nice. You're not that much taller than me.
Take what I can get.
Anyway. He looks over at the group. Shrugs. Like I said before, or rather, two things. Did I say it before? I can't remember if I ever told the group about the relationship with my god.
I think he has.
I think
Out of
you
character.
touched on it. You didn't go into absurd. Well, hang on.
Yeah.
I think he may have been cagey about it.
Yeah, you were a bit cagey about like how you owed her, but you didn't go into detail.
You told us a little bit, but you didn't really elaborate at the time.
Yes. Do
Hmm.
those wings are? I don't know what that is. Do they have to do with your god?
A bit. I don't exactly
Deception!
know.
A bit.
It's not entirely a lie.
Yeah, but you're downplaying it.
Yeah, you're making it a lot. You're trying to make
11.
it sound like it's nothing.
You know what to
So
do.
The rest of us. Is
Right? Ah!
seems legit.
Thank you, Dash. At least someone believes me.
Nova, you still here?
Nova. And you guys say, oh, wait, he's typing. I was about to say, you guys say I ninja AFK. That makes sense. Brett can probably roll insight for you.
Okay, everyone needs to do a thing.
I know Bundle can still hear me, so let me roll for.
How much time do we have until we have to wrap it up?
Yeah, Bundle and Phil can kind of read a bit more into that statement. Yeah, Bundle and Phil get the idea that you are probably downplaying it. A bit.
Mm-hmm.
Phil frowns.
It's more likely more than a bit. Anya shrugs. She may have been the one who caused it.
The war or
I still.
the feathers?
He shakes his head. Not the war, but the feathers. The war was something else entirely. Although my family,
She's the god of
my
all.
family line did. What? Go ahead.
She's the god of all Ghostwise, right?
Rania squints like, it doesn't quite work like that. She is not exactly like a. She's definitely one of the heavy
She's more of
hitters.
a domain
But
goddess than
of
an
the
actual,
Panther.
like,
Yeah. Like, it's not. There's not a hierarchy of pantheons. It's
But-
more of a family between them.
yeah.
But she is involved with the Ghostwise.
She nods. She is the goddess of winter, death, owls. Her main duties are to shepherd the souls of the ghostwise to the afterlife.
Yeah.
I'm asking because if she's involved with the Ghostwise, maybe we can find other Ghostwise to help us with the situation.
He shrugs. They might not even believe in her like we do. Like I said, they've deviated from the real thing. Hell, we might have, for all I know.
But
Bundle.
Well, you won't.
Go ahead.
Bundle interjects and is like, hold on. A bit of context about the bit your goddess caused.
Yes.
He's asking for context.
Yeah. If he sent a message in voice chat that hasn't been addressed.
Oh. What context would you like?
He's expanding on the bit.
A bit?
A bit.
Like, oh, a bit. Oh.
Like, just a bit, I want context.
Hmm. Anya, let's all aside. Well, basically, I was more or less not directly bound to my goddess, but she was my teacher for the longest time. She wanted to keep me training for some time. I disagreed. And so she had me go through a trial in order to leave, so I may go gather my own strength. I wanted to leave the mountain that I was training. And so, for a time, I left her employ in order to get out in the world and become stronger. That ended when I asked her a favor. A favor to help someone. I went back into her employ, and she seems to have taken out a bit of insurance to make sure that I won't be so easily strayed from her service again. Although, he shrugs, it seems like she doesn't seem to mind me so much going around and doing whatever I wish anyway. She's not having me do jobs anymore, or at least she's yet to ever ask me to do anything. Which is nice, considering that I don't have to worry about going off on my own anymore.
Is that
Or
why
rather-
Is that why you're turning into the world's smallest barn owl?
He nods. She had me drink some sort of concoction, and I don't exactly know what it's doing to me, but yes, I believe I am slowly turning into some sort of an owl. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know if it'll affect my ability to tap into my druidic powers. I don't even know if I will still be coherent. I have a theory that many of the owls in her employ may have been former Ghostwise.
But maybe we can help to. What can we do to get you out of her employ?
Ranya shakes his head. I don't plan to.
Out of character,
That's
not the
what-
god.
What can
Yeah,
we do to prevent?
Yeah, as Ranya says that, Undalin kind of like, she's been quietly grinning, like kind of getting on to me, and as soon as she mentions that, she's like, the grin disappears, like, oh.
What can we do to make sure you don't turn into an owl? Then you're a friend, Ranya. Friends look out for each other, but we've got to open up to one another.
And we don't want to see you go.
Ranya smiles. The best that we can do is move as quickly as possible with the time that I have left. I don't plan on leaving her service. This is what I owe her. I will see this through, and I will try to achieve my goals before the time runs out.
What are your goals then?
My mother meant more to my people than I do. My people were isolation. They did not want to leave because they felt like they owed penance for what they had done back in the war. But after she had gotten done with her adventuring, and she had both me and my sister, she had returned to her village. From what I have heard, it was quite against her character, but she seemed to have started to rally the Ghostwise to the idea that they have served their time, and it would be better for my tribe to leave the forest. It in fact was pretty much the only way. Monsters from our past have started to emerge, started to hunt us. And our numbers started to dwindle. But before she could rally enough to her cause and get all of the tribes in the forest together for her to leave, she passed. Partly because of me. So, I am going to find her spirit, which was whisked off by another god, who she in fact held a pact with, who, if I can find her soul and get it back from him, Owl said that she will revive her. And we can start the process of having my people migrate out of the forest, where it will be less dangerous. He shrugs. Me and a few others planned on setting a few things up, a few precautions. I had a friend named Kid. His name was Billy, but the name given to him was Kid. He was quite a good shot with bows, arrows, anything. But he said that he was going to find different hunting methods in order to fight the threats that we face. I had another friend, Lisa. She knew our history and was going to spread it as far as she can in case of the worst came to pass and my tribe were to be consigned to merely memory and legend. As for the rest of my group, Joe stayed to defend the village. Something special about him that had him being able to resist any sort of curses. I don't know what it was, but it doesn't quite matter right now. And my sister has a family to raise. She cannot just go out into the world. So, I am trying to find places where they can stay. That is not that forest. It has gotten much darker. And I don't know how much time I have left before there's no one left for me to come back and save.
So what, are you trying to bring them back to the fold of society?
Nods.
You can't really force something on people who've chosen separation.
nods to that as well. I'm aware. I am very much aware. I have been told by both Lisa and Kid and my sister.
But for the sake of saving your people, you still have to try. No matter how futile it may seem.
Nods.
I know where you're coming from. Probably more than any of us.
Owl has agreed to assist me, but even still, I'm sure she has her own plans and contingencies. She is currently the most influential goddess, mainly because there isn't any one of my people that do not worship her in some casual manner or greater. Great owls are as prevalent as horses in our forest. They are literally how we get around. They help with defending our people, no matter where they need to be. So she is quite powerful and quite influential in that power. So if she says that she wants me, I will not deny her. Because it's because of her that my people have survived this long at all.
Dash nods.
Fell nods. So,
Undwin nods grimly.
so,
And Bundle nods his head as well.
so. Guess we're gonna be stuck with you for a little bit more, huh? She says in kind of like a joking tone, trying to relieve the tension that is there.
Bundle says, yeah, this until he sprouts feathers and flies away.
I don't plan on doing that anytime soon, but he shrugs. I am still merely a pawn.
Not gonna lie, the god sounds sinister as fuck.
Incredibly so.
Run with our snort. A little bit, but 'tis the nature of all those with the domain of death. They tend to be grim, somber, sometimes sinister, or rather, that is simply what they are perceived to be. What they really are is inevitable. What they really are is patient. It is death. It comes for us all. And it is actually quite strange, or rather different from the status quo, for a goddess of death to be so protective of life. Shrug. But it is the nature of things, I suppose.
You've got some
But
wisdom.
yes.
You've got some wisdom about you, even though you don't show it too often.
He smiles. I am a druid. Wisdom is kind of my thing.
Fell smiles.
But yes, I will be with the group for as long as I can, and I will provide as much help as I can for as long as I can. But there will be a point soon where I will have to pursue my own goals. I
Regardless.
will not.
Oh, God.
Go ahead. I do not expect you to help me with it, but
Rania.
if I have been if I have assisted you in my time, I will ask for it.
Anya.
Dash actively tries to sit up.
Make an athletics check with advantage.
Come on, you
rated.
can do it. You can do it. You
Rated.
can.
Yeah,
Oh,
it takes you a good, 20 seconds, but you actually get it.
Remember, Anya, despite what you might think, we're friends. We're here to help each other.
And we care about you.
All you need to do is open up and ask, and we will help. Just as how you've been helping us.
You're not.
And
That
we care.
said,
And we care about
go
you.
ahead.
Oh, and we care about you. So, if there's anything that we can do to help, be it small, be it big, be it indirectly or directly, we'll do it. And don't worry, you can't. And don't worry, I'm pretty sure we're not opposed to helping you with your ghost as well.
Not.
That came out weird.
Alright. Well, from what I hear, back in the swamp, there is apparently, or rather, I have learned from Belk's 2 bits of information. That in the swamp, there are told to be ghostwise there. A community, although when we were in there, I have seen hide nor hair of them. No signs of any sort of, totems, no shrines, no evidence of villages, or even, signs of any skirmishes.
To be
But
fair,
then again,
we weren't actively looking for them. And
I was just
That-
scanning the area.
Dash gestures to his pack.
get the map.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Phil goes over. Grabs
The
the
swamp is
map.
a big place.
Alright,
And
when the map's
area-
open,
Yeah.
when the map's open, Dash is
Run.
like,
Where in the swamp were they?
Ranya takes out a bit of the blue chalk that he had from way back in the day and kind of
Yes.
circles the area.
the area where the square is.
It's a large area.
There we go. Thematic.
Elite square.
Yeah. There's a large area to cover, and even my ability to sense things within 3 miles of me, or rather the spell that allows me to do that, would not cover everything.
Undlin looks at it like, that's roughly 80 square kilometers.
That's
Not
That being said, this could prove advantageous not only to you, Rania, but to us as well. Because if these Ghostwise live in this area where we've been searching for our friends, they might have seen said friends. And with Tiamat's Chosen causing problems, chances are they might be hiding from Tiamat's Chosen. So if we help you find them, they can help us if we can return the favor and we can all help each other.
yeah. And plus, there's also the fact that you. Go ahead.
Go on.
No, go ahead. I forgot what I was gonna say.
My own people would likely not accept the help, but these may be different from mine. They grew up in a different place. They had to face different challenges, and likely, since they were a heart that split off from Tennant's group, likely would have had a different mindset than my own from the beginning. So, it's possible that they would be more willing to help. But if they are hiding, they could be just as cagey
We won't know unless we try.
And plus, it'll be good for not only you but for all of us to at least get an idea of what's happening.
If anyone, honestly speaking, if anyone would have the most idea of what's going on in the swamp, it would be the Ghostwise, since this seems to be the...
Nods. That is fair. He
So,
looks over at another part of the map across the green bit from the swamp. There is also another area that Beltis informed me of.
Which
I
one?
don't know. He points at part of the map and circles it with chalk. She told me that there was that there was a spirit that, or a spirit that followed around.
Ah!
Why is it so big?
A spirit that was followed by a coyote that ran as fast as the wind. I have a feeling it is my mother's forlorn god. Coyote is the resident trickster spirit of my pantheon. He tends to value freedom and movement among us. Kind of not all that different
Nice.
from the traveler in some places.
and that's just so conveniently within the route we were going to be taking anyway.
That is
Chemistry
true, but
to corn.
I still don't know if it'll be there. We spent months searching around. And
Well-
whereas the Ghostwise would be stationary, Coyote never liked to stay in one place.
Well-
He still answers when his followers call, but he always travels.
Well, no knocking. We don't know if we don't try.
He nods. Dealing with him will be trouble. He is a very powerful spirit of the wind.
My experience with gods so far, they're all trouble.
Rania laughed at that. Yeah.
There's a reason I only put faith in my ancestors. Because unlike gods,
Rania.
I know they're actually looking out for me and my own.
Rania grimaces.
Kira in the corner.
My ancestors didn't.
Kira in the corner.
Kira in the corner kind of wish-washes. Golev's been okay, I guess.
I'm just speaking from my personal experience.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Golev fixed Fel's leg.
Right, yeah, but
Well, working through Ged, but that still was kind of... I don't know. Go on.
dealing with gods is always tricky. But then again, dealing with any thing that has a significant amount of power, whether it be gods, elementals,
I don't know if
anything that has enough power to wipe you off the map with a single thought.
I don't know if Archfey count as gods, but
Rania laughs. The lines tend to blur when you have enough power. And the more power you have, the less concerned you are about the lives of those who
Who's about to start playing tic-tac-toe on the map?
What? Oh god damn it! That's not me.
I just see the grid, and the first thing I think of is someone's about to start playing tic-tac-toe.
Who's about to write hashtag life goals?
But yeah, if we can find them there, that'd be nice. But it is an odd place. I've always thought that was an odd place for them to be, considering there doesn't seem to be anything there to begin with.
Well, maybe that's the point of being there. Why look in the middle of nowhere when the middle of nowhere you'd think would be the last place you'd look?
Ranya shakes his head. That's not my mother's MO. She likes to be in crowded places.
But is it the trickster god's MO?
Oh, of course. More people there more people he can play little tricks on. He's more of a troublemaker than anything, getting people to get out of their routines. He saw it as good for them. He saw it as shaking things up. Putting people through trials.
So from what I understand, Bundle pipes up, is we're going to stop by the fort, then we're going to swing by this patch where you have an inkling your mom is, pursued by a malevolent trickster?
He's not pursued. She had a pact with him. She apparently did not like the idea of joining the halfling, the Ghostwise afterlife. So, in exchange for some services to the coyote would take her spirit where she could be free to go wherever she pleased, as long as she is with him.
Now that I'm seeing this, while it does seem odd, that place, she says, gesturing to the marketplace, it does seem like maybe a good place for, well, a wind spirit, because if it's so close to the deserto or somewhere where there's almost nothing there, it's just the open wind.
Yeah.
Not just that, but
The stronghold is marked on the map as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
not just that. Look what's surrounding that area.
Corn
A
and Fort
fort.
Country.
A fort, a stronghold, and a town.
Yeah.
All within relatively the same distance of one another.
Yeah, but Undlin
That'd
also
be
says...
real easy to bounce.
Undlin also says, but his information said he was centered around there.
No.
Like, where's the populace?
Well, the chances are, if he's not bouncing between Fort Chemtree and Corn, that area is situated on the most direct route between Chemtree, Corn, and a wagon stop.
Dash says as he circles the wagon stop.
That would, no matter what, be a really highly traversed area.
I guess.
That's a good point. But that's where I have to go. The hardest part won't be dealing with the god. It will be dealing with my mother herself. This is the afterlife that she wanted. I will be asking her to go back to my people, of which, although she tried hard to lead them, I never got the sense that she much liked them. She in fact didn't much care for Owl herself, or the cycle that we all lived in. So asking her to abandon the afterlife of her choice so that she can go back to what she was doing before. It's going to take some convincing.
So
What's more, I
so-
don't know what I'll do if I fail.
So what I want to know is, Bundle says, are we, as soon as Dash here is recuperated, are we heading on the road? I need to know so that way I can start making preparations.
Ranya shakes his head. You said before that you still have a sister in the swamp.
Yes, but I am also the only one here.
Say again? Wait, what Bundle just say?
He
said he's
currently
not the
said,
only one,
yes, but I am not also the only one here. I
Dash
prefer to
nod.
make this as cooperative as possible. And if we are to move on, I would ask that we take some time while he's recuperating to make a brief search.
It would be better for us to go back to the marsh and find the ghost wives. That way we can assist your sister and the friends of everyone who may be still in danger from the cultists.
Dash
It
nods.
is the more immediate danger.
Phil
Our
nods.
I can hold off my own goal.
Our friends and family aside, we can't leave the cultists to have their run of the place, especially if there's people living in the area they're running amok. That's only gonna that's literally ignoring a wildfire burning out of control and letting it get worse.
This is true. But potentially, we already have some sort of for the long term if we're willing to do it. Once we're done with, we have to make sure they stay gone, or rather, the residents will have to make sure that they stay. There are several factions inside the marsh, including the Ghost Wives.
You're
If we
thinking
ask
of
them to,
You're thinking of
to
getting them
band
to be-
together, what?
Dash was about to say you're asking them to be a united.
Ranya nods. If we can get them all to combine their forces together, they can protect the borders of the marsh as a cohesive unit, rather than separate people just protecting
That-
their own territory.
That sounds like a job right up our resident diplomat's alley.
Dash says as he looks to Felly with a smile.
Well,
I do not know if the Ghostwise in the swamp are even there, or if they have a version of the Night Gliders, but I can ask.
There's only one way to find out. Search.
and plus, from what we saw, it looks like the lizard folk tribe and the lizard folk tribe are very keen on protecting their area. I believe if I could possibly talk with them, and also with Sovereign Wilt.
Yeah, I have
We
a
got
feeling
you.
I should probably stay out of the conversation with the lizard
Maybe, yeah.
We should probably think of a way to get back in the lizard folks' good graces as well.
folk. I'll leave that to you.
They
I have
did
a
say
feeling that if
that
I
a shipment of theirs was missing again. If I'm a betting dragon, if I were a betting dragon, I'd say that shipment is with the chosen.
So, if we take pot shots here and there, hurting the Chosen, and assisting the people in the marsh, they will have enough of an infrastructure to defend themselves if the Chosen were ever to return.
Exactly.
Sounds like a good plan to me. We'll have to swing it by the leaders.
I think I
We've
might.
already spoken to her.
I think I might be able to, if she's still around, I might be able to. I might be able to get some help from my sister. She is becoming the what did she call it again? The dirt. I'm asking because I actually forgot.
What are you
She's
asking?
a nature druid. I mean, she's a nature
She's
cleric.
becoming a cleric of nature, cleric of T-Ray.
T-Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, since she is becoming the resident cleric T-Ray between the two factions, she might have a better she might be able to help with talking.
Sounds like we have our plan then. Search for the Ghostwise. Try to do something about the Chosen and try to get the Sovereigns to work together to defend the swamp.
And after that, make our way out past Hamlet, head towards Fort Chemtree to complete to continue the mission set by the High Priestess, and off to Corn to complete that one quest.
While taking a detour to search this.
Dash says as he points out the circle between Chemtree and.
Sounds like a plan.
Ranya nods. All right.
So we're gonna clear out. So we're gonna clear out of marsh before we move on, are we?
It sounds
Was
like
that
it.
was that Undulin?
Yeah.
Dash nods.
Yeah.
Seems so.
We can't let the Chosen just do whatever they please in that area. Too many people are getting hurt.
If we do, there might not be a marsh to come back to, given what the Chosen are capable of.
Wait, wasn't there also a bee problem? Well, not bee problem. Well, more so problem, but more like a situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck with bee people.
Neither do I, but
Hold on. What if we stick the bees on the cultists?
Dash just kind of slow pans to Undulin, half intrigued.
Ranya
That
actually
could work.
smiles at this, like,
But at first he has a look of horror.
Like, hear me out. Diplomacy takes a while. Pissing off some insects takes a very short amount of time.
and then we can work together against a common foe.
No. I'm talking about pissing off the bees and leading them to the cultists.
Oh.
Let's cut out that middleman right there. Let's cut out that diplomatic crap. No.
Well,
But first, we gotta
That
find the
is a
cultists. And then we gotta find the bees.
Ranya raises his hand. That is a good short-term. Doesn't help the rest of the people in the swamp. That just causes a war between the two factions. The cultists and... What were they? The
bees.
Bee Collective?
The hive authority.
The bees are just a natural progression of nature in the swamp. They're not... As long as you stay away from them, you're fine. So it's kind of like bees in general, or wasps. But if...
They also sound like they are their own entire faction, and that they are not one of,
Why are you acting like you can solve
they're more
every...
of a hat.
You're getting all high for your britches, all thinking that you can solve every problem in the swamp. Come on!
yeah.
Like you guys have so many goals, but you're also setting yourself way too many things to do. Like, let's just set, like, a couple of short-term goals, because, let's face it, if we keep going to making the swamp perfect, you're gonna be a fucking owl before we've gotten rid of the cultists.
She has
You
a
have a
point.
point.
She does.
In that case, I feel like we find the Ghostwise, see what help we can get from them, and then we try to get the cultists and the bees to fight amongst one another. If they don't wipe each other out, they can at least weaken each other enough to where we can try and clear out one or the other, though I doubt we can clear out both. And the bees, I feel like...
Besides, it'll only take 2 or 3 days for you to heal up, right? Slaps Dashkin on the shoulder.
Oh,
How much damage did he take?
best to not do that.
How much damage
Still
did he take?
in a lot of pain.
The camera cuts to outside the camp.
Fire wiggles a finger
That would have
in his
been the
ear.
perfect cutting point, actually.
Damn it.
Take it like a shadow dragon, you baby.
The hell? Shadow Dragon?
Oh, you haven't heard of those fairy tales about shadow
Yeah,
dragons?
Wait.
Oh.
Right, the
that brings up
dragon
another-
that they might have.
Yeah.
Those don't
I don't know
exist.
if I
Those are
have
fairy
anything that-
tales.
Those
So-
clearings we found would beg to differ.
That could be any dragon. They could have found themselves a wormling and attached it to like a whip.
Regardless,
it is
We
still a
should
dragon.
find the, we should find the Ghostwise first and get information from them.
And what-
If anyone would have knowledge of the going-ons in that area specifically, it would be them.
And hopefully they aren't
Oh.
they aren't as isolated as your people, Rania. No offense. I'm sorry.
Vanya shrugs. None taken. In fact, I am one of the more outgoing of my people. And I'm caged in all
noticed.
hell.
Good on you.
I get it. I learned it from my mother. In fact, most of what I do is trying to emulate her, but I still have the habits and teachings of my people. So, of two minds.
Well, looks like for now we have a plan. Search for the Ghostwise. But first, wait for you to get better.
Yeah,
Because
I think I'm...
if I see you step one sore foot out of this tent, I'll cast I'll Eldritch Blast you so hard that you wish the monk was back.
Noted. I'm gonna lay back down now.
Better,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright.
She helps.
What are you guys' plans over the next 2-3 days while he recuperates?
Mine is gonna work on his perception because I need to get that up.
Alright, so meditating. Fel, what are you gonna do?
Oh jeez. You know what? Fel would try to run small errands around the town.
Try to
Alright.
get some extra cash.
Yeah.
Alright, fetch quests. I will roll for fetch quests for you really quick, so that way we can jump right into it next time.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, but
Okay.
probably
Okay.
do those. Probably basically off screen. Those would be the best way to handle
Yeah,
it.
I'm just rolling for them now, so that way we can get them out of the way now, and then just talk about them either next time or at the end of right now. So let me see. Shit.
No,
Drop the
I'd
dice.
say if we talk about them, keep it brief.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
0. The first day, one of the farmers tells you, some wild deer won't stop eating my lilies. You must stop them. So it takes you all day, but you do eventually manage after trying strategy after strategy after strategy. You just play a really loud, annoying song, and they eventually like disappear and.
You start playing. It's a small world after all.
Oh God!
No,
Don't
no,
remind me of that.
Please,
Don't remind me of that.
the lamb
fucking
chop song.
Oh God!
I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves.
This is the song that never ends.
Oh God, that one.
Or she just takes out a trumpet and starts doing a.
The deer
Where the
is like,
deer just rips off his antlers to cover his ears. Oh!
Yeah, and you better not come back, cause I will continue.
Give me those deer antlers, though.
Okay. 6. Let's go.
God, I want to get a trumpet just to do that. Just to do a single doot. Exactly. Yeah, it would be so fun. And plus, I would have a trumpet.
Day 2 of your fetch quests. A sinkhole opens up in the middle of the middle of the gateway.
Oh God.
And you and Bundle both have to go and like build a temporary bridge to help them with it.
Yeah, I'm not having Dash build bridges because remember the last time you tried to build a bridge? Those Laplanders died for it. Those Laplanders died for this concept.
How did the boat get to here? Why?
Dude,
That's skyship technology. I'm pretty sure that in canon they said that there was skyships. Just haven't seen one yet.
It's just like Dash decides to stretch his legs a little bit. A boat crashes right next to him, completely obliterated. How? It's the Laplander boat.
Hello. Well, Fel's just like, Dash, you're not getting out that bed, right? Cocks a gun.
And the third day of fetch questing, a random dude appears in town proclaiming to be the next coming of Omnus. Hail, Omnus! And you will be as rich as the world's grandest. Fel, you kind of see through his bullshit immediately.
Yeah, she's just like, what the fuck, man?
Fel's just like, I don't even need an insight check for this.
Like, I don't need to go to Bard College to see that you're a fucking con
Now, how do you
artist.
deal with him?
Oh.
She converts him to the local faith.
Would be funny, actually. No. Let's see here.
You want to seduce anyone?
I don't. I'm not a glamour bard. Grr. Hold up. What is
nerd guy.
Fel will start Fel will basically do that thing where, like, you know that one person, like, when you proclaim something and then there's that one person that just asks too many questions. That's just like, so yeah, I'm doing this, but why this? Because of that, but why that?
So you're 4 years old.
Kid thing.
Exactly.
Probably also asking questions.
Roll charisma check.
Okay, and asking questions that directly contradict what he said. So a mixture of 4 years old with politicians.
I actually did that to someone.
Basically, trying to get him to out himself to the public,
or either give up from annoyance. Here we go.
Charisma.
Oh, come on.
With a plastered smile on his face for like the most of an hour, he takes your questions and responds to them very kindly and very calmly. You can get the idea he's kind of getting annoyed with you, but he's not like getting dismayed by your presence. He just sees you as an unfortunate tag-along at the moment.
You should totally ask him a question that Omnus would totally know. That obviously he wouldn't know the answer.
How would you know that, though?
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Trying to think. Have you heard of the religion of this town? I think you would like it very much.
Let me introduce you to my god.
Let me
That's
introduce
very
you to
clean.
the god.
You heard of Jesus?
A whole little bundle of Jesus.
So is Fel going to actually try to convert him to the local town's faith? And
Yeah, she's gonna try.
Do it.
As one who doesn't even practice the
Inspiration.
faith themselves.
What?
Bring you one
As
to one.
you who don't even practice that faith.
no, even better.
No, she's going to.
She's
What? She's going to try to introduce him to the faith by getting someone that really loves to talk about the faith to talk to him.
Oh, so you're getting the father
And then
thinkers
you-
involved. Okay.
basically.
And then you give them inspiration.
Wait. Oh, I'm getting crucified.
Probably.
I'll say you bring the father thinkers involved. They take a bit of his guff until they finally say, okay, but seriously though, what are you doing? And he eventually realizes this is probably not the best spot for him, and he leaves. You get double rations that night.
Yay!
And
Did
over
she
those-
earn any coin?
It's not a very lucrative town, but
I know, but you know, every little bit, every little bit of one helping, and two, not sitting around doing anything.
all right. Let me quick roll.
Quick roll.
Like Evan, I also am addicted to rolling.
That's why you have all those dice.
All right.
Which I'm upset. I lost
Treasure.
a couple of my dice.
Treasure.
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 There's the damn
Yeah.
dice.
Treasure.
The damned dice.
Fuck did my dice go?
Oh no, where the fuck did your dice go, huh? Moron!
No.
Alright.
I only have one set of dice, and I cherish them like they're my little babies.
I should get new dice at some point.
I don't remember what all of the things was that Rania omitted from his story. He didn't mention that the person that he helped was in fact fell. Never brought that up. He also
Yeah.
never talked about
27
like,
silver and
hey.
3 gold.
mainly because he'd be like, "Hey, I did this for you. Be grateful." He'd be like, "No, I don't want to do that," because he thinks that'll be like what it would sound like if he actually brought it up.
Aww.
The town bands together and manages to give you 290 silver.
Mazel tov.
Which is about 29 gold, if I'm correct.
Yep, that's for all 3 days. Well, actually, no, that's for the first day.
He also admitted what exactly the Ghostwise did in order for them to want to do penance for.
I
So
think you
290.
gave.
Alright, got it.
I think you explained the information we needed to know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember all the things that he didn't think were important.
Alright,
So,
Fell. Mundane or peculiar?
Peculiar. I'm feeling
things that were
peculiar
important
tonight. I may be starting to go nocturnal.
I mean, fuck, I'm nocturnal at this point.
People are fat shaming Jason Momoa, and I'm not happy about this.
Who the fuck is fat shaming Jason fucking Momoa?
Apparently, he got a little bit of ability.
All
And now
right,
people
you
are
got
like, ah, he's so fat.
you got 90 silver the next day, as well as an oversized bottle of whiskey with a mechanical scorpion swimming happily inside.
Oh, I'm gonna call him something. I need to. I need
You
to
have
think of a
you
name.
have a week to give him a name.
Yes,
Wait, what happened?
name.
What happened?
I got
You got a pet?
I got I got a bottle of whiskey with a mechanical scorpion swimming or living inside.
Oh,
I think
yay,
he said
everyone's
swimming.
getting a...
Swimming.
And
Everyone's getting a pet. Dash, you're up next. You're gonna get a pet.
I
He
mean,
gets Dash somehow gets a pet drink.
I kind of wanted a cat, but this is perfect.
Dash, I think you're better off with a pseudo dragon. Pseudo dragons are
and
so cool.
the final day, the councilman who you bring into the conversation hands you, as token of our thanks, you can use this when you see fit. He hands you a tiny paper sleeve with 3 tiny black seeds inside.
Oh god.
Phil asked what they are, because this is
We shouldn't eat that.
Are they
no.
orange?
No.
No.
These are for external use only. From what I understand, they make things easily climbable.
That
Oh!
sounds like it'll be very useful at some point.
I'll call these 3 climbing seeds.
Yep.
I'm not gonna
Dash, eat
lie. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like it'll be very useful.
I think I'm gonna call him Bandit. No,
I mean, I don't have the fly spell, so...
Basil. I'll call him Basil.
And that is the loot you come away with from those 3 days of tasks.
Yatta!
We literally got more loot from that than our last fight.
Basil, the mechanical scorpion.
Wow, it turns out these small useless towns aren't entirely useless.
Turns out actually doing anything is completely useless too. We should just do small stuff for small towns.
I mean, well,
Because it's the
Phil is
only
kind of
thing that's giving us
fawning.
money.
Meanwhile, Phil is kind of fawning over.
Look, you're not
Basil,
used to getting your ass handed to you every time you do a big thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Phil is
We
kind of
killed
like
most of them.
Phil is fawning over Basil, the mechanical scorpion. I named him Basil.
By the way, Ranya, make sure to feed Frederick.
Yeah,
And,
you
he
feed
reminds
Frederick.
Bundle.
You decided that he
he-
was constipated the day before last, so you gave him half a berry today.
Okay. He also reminds Bundle to water his plant.
Oh yeah, that's right, Bundle's got a kid. And Dash, every day you get a little bit stronger. Like you're able to sit up more easily on the second day. On the next day, you're able to like wiggle your toes by the end of that evening. The next day, you're able to do some light stretching in your bed, like just curl up into like the fetal position and back out, like
During
scrunch in, extend out, all that.
Meanwhile, Phil's just like,
During-
yeah!
during his downtime, while he's stuck in the bed, can Dash attempt to commune with his ancestors to
Sure.
mainly trying to determine if the dream he had meant anything.
I'm so happy I have Basil.
So what do I roll? What do I roll?
I don't say you have to roll anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you have a moment like of on the second day. You manage to finally meditate proper, and your ancestors come to you in sort of comforting motion. Like your inner ego realizes maybe that dream was sort of a way for your mind to coalesce the fact that once again the cult in a way had bested you like it did the first time, but you're slowly coming more to terms with that and coming to terms with the fact that you are in fact getting stronger than you were at the beginning.
Okay. So basically, I've been brought down twice, but I'm not out yet, kind of moment.
You've been knocked out twice, but you still have one more round.
You got this, Rock.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and during the downtime, Fella's just like, when she has free time or lunch, she goes over to see Dash, see how he's doing, showing him Basil the mechanical scorpion. I'm so happy with this. And
Wait, did you get him out of the?
Neat.
Did you get him out
No.
of the liquor bottle?
no, he's still in the bottle.
I was gonna say, but Dashkin sees. Oh boy, whiskey.
No.
No.
He's respect.
Basil.
Unlike Undulin, he's respecting this town's laws.
Yeah.
Remember,
Runya looks over.
he's not chaotic. He's neutral moral.
Yeah, it is a very tightly sealed whiskey bottle, anyway.
I wonder why.
Runya looks at the
Probably
scorpion,
'cause the
looks
town is
over
dry.
At Fel. Fel, have you ever heard about the story of the frog and the scorpion?
No.
So once upon a time, and we'll see you next time. Sorry, go ahead.
As you
Be
guys
careful.
coalesce, Bundle is just picking his teeth, looking at the sun go down on the final day when Dash finally at the end of the evening gets up out of the bed and starts stretching a little bit.
Hell yeah!
Undulin nods
Definitely,
sagely.
definitely feeling better than before. This time I'm not going to go down. I'll make sure of it.
Hell
And
yeah.
Bundle just stares out the window at the setting sun and is like, yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna find answers no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what.
That song just plays out.
I was hoping Rania would join in as well before we goofed it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't think Rania was going to join.
I was having flashbacks to Avengers Endgame, like
Oh yeah.
whatever a cake situation.
I thought someone was gonna do that. I was like, no. I've got to Yu-Gi-Oh this.
I've got a Yu-Gi.
Yeah, so I spent, how many days, was it? 3 days?
3 days.
Trying to
And at the end of the
keep
third day, Dash finally gets out of bed.
Okay, so I have 3 days worth of perception training. How many days do you say it takes to be concentrating on learning a skill before I get it?
Training downtime.
Yeah. Oh.
Unfortunately, in order to get training and skills, you have to have an instructor, and you need at least 15 days.
Oof.
Fuck, so I wasted my 3 days.
Can he?
Well, you can,
Did he
you
get?
can make meditate.
Did he get something from the meditation though? Like maybe advantage for the next 24 hours?
Or a vision.
Yeah, I'll say
I
that.
don't
You have
think
advantage
that's
in the next
how that
24
works.
hours of perception checks, even though you don't have proficiency.
Yatta!
Wait, don't you already have proficiency of perception?
No.
Oh, okay,
I
never mind.
have
Yeah, you have just
observant.
you just have advantage on every other check for the next 24 hours.
Alright.
I mean,
Yes.
advantage on perception, proficiency or not, is pretty good.
It is.
I still have it's still a one-time use thing. What I was aiming for progression on something to be permanent. But oh well.
Alright, and with that, sun sets. You guys get ready to take some rest before the next day, and we will pick up with you guys returning into the Marsha Swamp to deal with some very rough-honed dragon people next time on the Dynamics of Good and Evil.
Bye bye.
Check us out at Dynamix, at 5e Dynamics on Twitter. Also, you can email us at dynamicsdnd5e at yahoo.com. Check it.
Yahoo.
And roll them dice, and may the dice be in your favor.
Roll the
Live long and
bones.
prosper.
No matter what.